What up, players? I am back. I know you guys missed me for a whole week. So this is the first stream back after me coming back from Colombia. I was in Colombia for about a week. Now I'm back, so we're gonna get back to our usual schedule of streaming pretty much every fucking night. I'm probably gonna take Fridays and Saturdays off, but generally I'm gonna be streaming like literally every night, and then releasing a new video every day, releasing a new short every day, and then we got the second channel. I'm releasing a new clip every day. So a lot of shit. I try to shoot a whole bunch of videos ahead of time, so it was still like, not a full-on playing with fire withdrawal, just a minor one. But yeah, now we're going to get back to our schedule starting today. But yeah, anyway, so good to be back. It's nice sometimes to get away, but I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of weird if you stream like every day, take a week off streaming, week off your usual routine. I don't know. But near the end of the trip, I was like, fuck, I want to get back to America. This is like fucking annoying me now, dealing with all this fucking third world country shit. Although Colombia is a lot of fun. All right, cool. So for this one, we're going to do a little bit of Q&A, and then we'll open up the forum. Just have anyone on. If you want to debate me, argue with me, tell me how much you love me, or just have a discussion, ask me questions. All of it is fair game. We never really know how these are going to go. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a good time. All right, cool. We'll kick it off, and then tomorrow we're going to do speed dating. We're going to get back into that. We got some pretty cool debates I'm setting up. There might be potentially a Sneeko debate that's being coordinated right now. Also, potential Rolo debate, unless he bitches out like he always does. So I put it at maybe a 20% chance because Rolo does like to bitch out. But yeah, so a lot of really good stuff ahead. All right, cool. So let's get back into it. So let me skip the trolling questions. There's so many. Where do I even start? Agreed. What's up, Michelle? Hello, everyone. Remember to hit the like button your way in. Let's give Alex a warm welcome back. Yes, please. Otherwise, I'm going to fucking go to another third world country for a week and disappear on you guys. All right. Rumor has it Alex opened up a pet store in Florianopolis selling husky dogs in tropical climates. That would actually be a pretty cool job. If this whole fucking YouTube thing doesn't work out for me, maybe I'll consider doing that. Could you invite Sky Fuller back to the channel? Yeah, for sure. I'll invite her back. How many chicks did you fuck? One, my girlfriend. So it wasn't that type of trip. I went there for stem cells. So I was busy the whole time. I was basically in the clinic. There's a lot of like prep work that I had to do. So I was waking up at like fucking 7 a.m., which I'm not used to, and just being in the clinic until 5 p.m. And then by the time I'll get back, I'd just be like fucking beat. So yeah, it wasn't that type of trip. But next time I go, I'll probably fuck a few. Third world country shit. We want Rosario back. Dude, she was scheduled for last week, and then she just like completely fucking ghosted. So I don't know what to even make of that. I don't know. She's kind of unreliable. Your skin looks better. Do you have something done in Colombia? Just stem cells. I don't know. I think stem cells can regenerate your skin, regenerate your hair, regenerate pretty much everything in your body. But primarily, I was using them for the Lyme disease and for my neck injury. Is the PWF blueprint just as good, if not better, than a one-on-one coaching call? I mean, the PWF blueprint is, if I was like reading out the blueprint, it would take me like 2 days to read out the whole thing to you. So there's a lot more information in the PWF blueprint, but you have to like actually go through it and do the reading and find the parts that applicable to you. Whereas with the one-on-one coaching call, it's like custom tailored. So for example, if you're good on this and this and this, when you need help with this, you can just cut straight to that. So they're just different. Can we have another Omegle shit show with Mr. Slave, a special guest? Probably not tonight. I don't know. I just got back. I haven't done these in a while, but maybe tomorrow. Oh, no, tomorrow's speed dating. Maybe on Tuesday then. I'll do a Omegle shit stream. How big is cold approach in Colombia? I mean, there's a lot of guys approaching girls, but I don't think they know they're doing cold approach. They're just like regular dudes for trying to get laid. But technically they are doing cold approach. So if you're asking me how many pickup artists are there, there's not a lot. I mean, I met up with a few people who recognized me, so they're all into pickup, but that's only like 3 people or something like that. I'm sure there's quite a few more, but yeah, it's not like a huge pickup scene there. But there's a lot of guys who are trying to get laid. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends on where you go. During the daytime in El Poblado, it's fucking epic. Last time I was in Colombia, literally the first girl I approached during the daytime, I wound up banging. So it's like pretty fucking easy over there, and you get a lot of indicators of interest. But on the flip side, if you go out at night in El Poblado, it's just like all prostitutes. Every girl you approach is like, oh yeah, how much do you want to pay? You're like, oh fuck me. So yeah. What does it mean when a girl says, I'm looking for friends or I want to start off as friends first? It means she's not really that interested, or it's a smoke screen. I would just say, if it's like on a dating app, be like, yeah, if I wanted friends, I would, if I wanted friends, I would go on MySpace lol or something like that. Alex missed Rolo losing his marbles. Actually, I did not actually miss that. So I was under anesthesia, like when that was happening. And then I wake up from anesthesia, I check my phone, and I have like fucking 4 or 5 people messaging me like, yo, John is on the Valuetainment. I was like, no fucking way. So I open up YouTube, and it's true. So I actually saw the whole thing. It was like as I was coming out of like, I don't know, the fucking sedation, I was like sitting in the hotel room and I was watching that whole thing unfold. I was actually really disappointed that they did not read the super chats. They skipped a lot of super chats. Would you ever get into a long term relationship with a single mother? Repo seem to hate this idea. It would it would definitely be a point against her, that's for sure. But if everything else was good, like she's a great girl, she's really hot, she's loyal, yeah, potentially, but it would definitely be a point against her. And that's not just because it's not. It's just because of the implication. Because she's a single mother, she's going to take her kid is always going to be number one, right? If she's a good mother, her kid will always be in first place. That means you can never be in first place. So, like with like Natty, I'm like aside from her family, I'm in first place, right? But like if she has a kid, then you're not in first place anymore. So I don't know, man. Like I would probably, it's possible, but it's not that likely. Yo, Alex, what clinic did you go to? What do you recommend? I went to the Bio Accelerator. It's that famous clinic. Wait, let me get a bottle of water. It's the clinic that Joe Rogan always talks about. There's a lot of UFC athletes that go there. Would I recommend it? Too early to say. They said it takes about a month or two to start working. So I don't know. I can tell you guys that in a few months whether I would recommend it or not. But they seem pretty professional from what I've seen. They were cool. They answered all my questions. There wasn't any issue. Alex needs to interview Spicoli in the recent war with Hormax that got ugly. Oh man, yeah, sure, maybe. Are you allowed to comment Jalen being a Valley Taman? Yeah, why not? It's not like I'm talking shit about him. I'm making a statement of fact. Do you think Colombian culture has changed since your last visit? Culture hasn't changed, but I think Colombia, Medellin has gotten trashier. I remember when I was there 5 years ago, it was just like a little bit nicer. So I think the pandemic really hit Colombia hard. Dude, they're so fucking retarded over there. I was on the plane from from Miami to Medellin, and they fucking made everyone wear masks. I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys are still fucking doing that. So in Colombia, they're like still obsessed with the pandemic. Everyone has to wear a mask, like if you're like in let's say medical facilities and shit like that on airplanes. Up until very recently, you had to wear a mask just like out in public. So they're like super retarded about that. It makes no sense. Colombia has like fucking cartels, fucking murders, poverty, child starvation, immigration from Venezuela. But instead of focusing on all that, they just focus on fucking masks. So fucking dumb, beyond dumb, honestly. Did you feel safe in Colombia? Generally, yes, but that's only because I stay in a very safe area. There's parts of the city I would not feel safe in at all, but I stay in like the touristy parts called Zona Rosa in Park Lleras. In that part, as long as you are careful, it is quite safe. But again, if you venture outside that area and go to other parts of the city, no, it's definitely very sketchy. How do you feel about Andrew Tate? Same way as I felt a week ago. Nothing really has changed to influence my opinion. I think this is kind of the conclusion I've come to about Andrew Tate. I think unfortunately he's going to be in jail for at least a few years. He's not getting out of jail. That doesn't mean he's guilty. I don't think I haven't firmly decided he's guilty. He might actually be totally innocent of the human trafficking. What they probably are going to get him on is the tax evasion and money laundering. I think I'm like 99% sure he's guilty of those two things. And if he was a regular person, like let's just say he's innocent of the human trafficking, right? And he was a normal person, that he would just have to pay like a big ass fucking fine. Like they would just take like a fucking 30% of his money and let him out, right? If he was a regular rich person. But because he's such a public figure, and because the prosecutor's whole career and ego and everything and reputation is on the line, they're going to put him away. It's like the reason like celebrities sometimes do more time in jail than regular people. Like Wesley Snipes went to jail for 3 years for fucking tax evasion. Like who the fuck goes to jail for tax evasion? Like not really a lot of people, or unless the government is out to get you. Or like let's take Lindsay Lohan going to jail for shoplifting. Like who really goes to jail for shoplifting? Like typically you just pay a fine, right? If you can afford a good lawyer or probation. So yeah, when you're a public figure, a big public figure, especially controversial ones, the prosecutor's going to be more likely to throw the book at you. And unfortunately for him, even if he's innocent of the human trafficking, he's definitely guilty of the money laundering and tax evasion because he's literally said that publicly. So, yeah, that's going to fuck him in the ass. Honestly, his own statements are what's going to really fuck him in the ass. What do you think about porn star Reach quitting? Yeah, I mean, I think Indian P could have handled that better. But he was new to hosting, so yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it was kind of, it's a shame that bird just burned. She like DM'd me and she was like really pissed off. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of like breaking relationships. I like to maintain relationships, but again, he could have coordinated that better. What he should have done is he should have been like he should have like what I do is when one girl's not getting picked, I say in the private chat like, hey, if you want to go on next, you have to pick this girl. So this is when I'm hosting, like everyone gets the same amount of screen time, more or less. But to be fair, I didn't actually tell him to do that, so maybe I should have given him those specific instructions. I just didn't think of that. Congratulations on hitting 125K subs. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We're growing fast. Alex, is the flake rate worse in Miami? Here in Philly is getting extremely bad. I think flake rate in general is getting worse because people's attention spans are shorter. Flaking is becoming more like socially acceptable. So I think in general, flaking is getting worse. I just arrived in Colombia, Alex. Shame you left because I would love to get a chance to buy you a drink. I think you helped me get late. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'll be back at some point in the near future. It's really crazy how a simple hiking trip can fuck up your life with Lyme disease. Your story's the reason why I don't do hiking in the woods. Yeah, dude, I've thought about that a lot. Me and my family have discussed it. It's really crazy how that one fucking hour of hiking completely changed the trajectory and quality of my life. Like, I literally would give every single dollar in my bank account to be able to go back in time and not go hiking that day. Yeah, like that would be epic. But kind of is what it is. Wait, where did you end up traveling to? I traveled to Colombia. What video did Rolo challenge to a debate? It was one of his streams. Someone sent me a clip, but he explicitly said that he would be open to debating me and Destiny. How much stem cells cost there? I paid 30K total. It's fucking expensive, but I had 150 million stem cells. So I did 2 rounds of IV stem cells, and they also had a neurosurgeon inject them into my neck, as well as like a bunch of other secondary treatments. So yeah, it was like, it's pretty pricey, but this is like one of the most reputable, allegedly best clinics in the world. If you want to go to like a cheaper Colombian doctor, you could probably do it for like 3 or 4,000. When is the stupid mask bullshit going to end for good worldwide? I don't know. Hopefully soon. It's so fucking dumb. Masks have now been scientifically proven to do absolutely zero to prevent COVID. Zero. And these countries are still sticking by. It's so dumb. Like initially, maybe they thought like masks could help, but now we know it's like scientifically proven that masks do absolutely nothing to prevent the spread of the virus. So it's like, why still keep doing something that we know doesn't work? It's so fucking dumb. Most of the girls that use Tinder in Medina are pros. Some of them are, but there's also a lot of regular girls. I missed it. What happened with the porn star chat? Basically, no one was picking her, and one of the guys was pretty rude to her, which I think wasn't cool either. And she got really pissed off, and she rage quit, basically. So I mean, she should have had a tougher, thicker skin. I mean, that's for sure. But again, like this goes back to what I was saying in my last stream is like I don't know, like sometimes like the shit talking actually hurts yourself because okay, you think it's funny to just like fucking make fun of like these girls in the chat and that's all fun and games, but then like when it means that less girls are coming out to do speed dating, now you've kind of hurt your own entertainment. So yeah, it's kind of like even though I don't really moderate chat, I do wish the chat was like more respectful and like more positive instead of just like a anytime a girl comes on, we just like shit talk her and like insult her. Like some girls have thick skin and they're willing to ignore that, like Malik, and some girls are just like like really triggered by that. And so yeah. Why do you think Indian P is so nervous on speed dates? He was visible nervous fuck. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the clip of him quitting. I don't know. I think it's literally because he's very new to doing it. He's like he's new to hosting. The first time I did a live stream, I was probably also pretty nervous. I mean, a lot of this stuff like confidence is really like experience, right? Like I'm no longer nervous at all when I do these like streams, right? Because I've done it so many times. But if I was to go on like the Joe Rogan podcast or something like that, I would be nervous as fuck, right? So a lot of it's just like experience, honestly, and like how much repetition you have doing that. You want regular girls in Colombia, you gotta hit up small towns. Generally true, but you can find them in cities like Medellin too. You should regulate the chat in order to keep on the higher two girls. Well, Hubert, you do know if I start regulating the chat, that would include you, because you're definitely guilty of some of this as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to break my free speech policy, but I am going to start really going hard on the spamming. So if you're spamming, then I'm going to put you in a timeout. So I think that will kind of help a little bit. And yeah, any like explicit racism also. That's why Hormaxer. That's why Hormaxer got banned. People think it's because he like attacked me or something like that. He got banned because he literally said that black people belong back in Africa, right? Like that shit isn't cool. Like yeah, if you're gonna be like explicitly racist and shit, like you're gonna get fucking banned. How much does it cost and how many sessions you need to go through? Yeah, it's 30K and it was just this trip. I don't need to do it again. I could do it again. They said maybe if you feel like it, you could do it in a year or two, but typically it's like a one and done type of thing. How many girls can you meet off? Again, zero. It wasn't that type of trip. I literally didn't have time. I was in the clinic. Like I flew in there and I was like fucking didn't sleep. I went to sleep, woke up the next day, and then like I started doing the medical appointments. I was literally in the clinic 9 to 5. So it was a medical trip. I didn't really have time. Alex, what is more worthless, the COVID jab or management was high off touch dating advice? Definitely Rolo Tomasi's dating advice because at least the jab like kind of minimizes the strength of the infection. So like it doesn't really prevent the spread of the virus as far as I know, but it does like minimize the severity. So at least it has some benefit, I guess. Versus, by the way, I'm not saying I'm pro jabbing. I didn't do any of the fucking whatever vaccines because I just don't need to. I'm not at risk for it. But if I was like 70 or 80, I would probably do the vaccine. Yeah. Can you give a few tips on gaming Colombian women? How does it differ from European women? Yeah, I actually have a whole guide on that. So go under my website here. I'll do a little walkthrough. Hold up. So let's share my screen. Okay, go to pairingfire.com. By the way, I think this is good for me to do this. Hopefully, you guys also like our new website makeover. We have professionally designed, but you go to tips and guides, travel. So you hear like we have a lot of good articles, meeting and getting late in Colombia guide. So yeah, I have a lot of shit on this. Like this is very detailed, you know, like so check this out. This is a really good guide. But yeah, we have like a whole bunch of guides for free. Like we give all of this away for free. I don't charge you guys anything for it. Like literally anything you have a question on, we probably have a video on it or we have a guide on it. So yeah, text game, you know, a lot of good stuff there. So my most popular videos I've transcribed into articles, and then there's a few articles that I'm going to have on my YouTube channel. So yeah, check that out. Okay, let's keep going. Playing with fire. Playing with fire. Are you considering mods and cleaning up chat? So I do have mods already, right? So I already have quite a few mods. So the problem isn't the mods. The problem is my policy of free speech, which again, a lot of people seem to like, and I don't want to change it, but also in a way winds up like fucking me in the ass with the guest shit. But I think what I'm going to start doing as of now is try to lead by example, try to maybe, I don't know. In the past, I've engaged with a lot of shit talking. I mean, I'll still do some of that, of course. Like, who am I kidding? But maybe try to keep my own content more positive, and at the same time also like put spammers in timeout. How did your stem cell treatment go? Too early to say. It takes about a month or two to kick in. So, yeah, we'll have to see. How much easier is it to get laid in Colombia? A lot easier. A lot. In Colombia, I could fuck a new girl every single night. It's a lot easier there. Yeah, I get that, Alex, but he just made an observation about her room. She knew she was gay. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what he said earlier, where he was like, oh, I have to go with her, right? That was the part that really triggered her. The room thing was just like a whatever, like icing on the cake. But it was really two factors. One, the fact that no one was picking her, and Indian P probably, hindsight should have made sure that was happened. But again, he's new to hosting, so I don't blame him. And two, it was the comment of like, oh, I have to go with her. Like, how would you feel as a girl if that happened to you? Like obviously, unless you have thick skin, that's gonna like fucking piss you off. Could someone tell me what was the Spicoli incident? Well, I don't actually personally make 30K a month. My business makes 30K. I get like about half of that, maybe. So I get like 50% of the profit because there's like a lot of expenses and people who work with me who get part of the profit. So I don't personally make 30K a month. Why didn't you stay longer? Do you wish you could have done your stay? No, I was really ready to get back. Several reasons. One is without me, like I see like the business, like we're going up and up and up and up, and then I'm gone for a week and it's now kind of doing this, right? So I need to be back in the States making content, doing live streams, managing the business side. And when I'm in a different country, I'm just not going to be able to do nearly as good of a job as I can when I'm back home. So business reasons. Also, like I don't like being in third world countries for too long. There's just things that are annoying. Like like fucking like even getting like really healthy food that I like to eat, like fucking I don't know, just eating like chicken and fucking salad and steak the whole time. But like, yeah, like I got back home, I got fucking fresh green squeezed juice. I can get my kava, like all the shit that you take for granted, like Amazon. Like there's so many things you take for granted living in a first world country that you realize that you miss when you go to a third world country. Alex, I'm texting this 18-year-old. Her bio says like to be dominant. Text her. You seem to like you have a. She said, "Who knows?" What should I say next? I would say something like, um, I would say something like, "I like the confidence" or something like that. Just playfully tease her about that. How many mg of TRT are you on? I'm on 150, no, 140 milligrams a week. Pretty small dose, nothing significant. But I am also going to be getting back on DECA because it can help with the healing benefits of your joints. So I want to combine the DECA with the stem cells to really try to heal my neck. So I am going to probably be putting on like 10 pounds of muscle in the next like 2-3 months. Yeah, I agree with that. Alex, did you know that Philly's super easy mode? I did not know that. I don't think it's super easy mode, but it's probably easier than Miami. What do you think of House of Dragon? Fucking epic. No, I mean, there were some things I didn't like about the show, but overall, I fucking miss House of Dragon. Can't wait for season two. I mean, I read the book, so I knew exactly what was going to happen. They made a few changes, but generally they stuck pretty close to the source material. Do you need to know Spanish to get laid in Colombia? Nope. First time I went to Colombia in 2014, 2015, I didn't speak any Spanish, but it definitely helps a lot. Bro, he didn't want to go with a porn star. Honestly, he was based. Yeah, sometimes you don't get a choice. Like if you're getting shit for free, you can't always have your cake and eat it too. So it didn't necessarily need to be him, but there was something like someone should have gone with her. And again, that's not like your guys' fault. That was like the moderator's issue. again, I'm not blaming Indian P. I just think he legitimately did know better because it was his first time hosting. But like when I moderate these things, I always make sure that like there's equal time so none of the girls get pissed off. So what I do is in the private chat, I'll be like, okay, if you pick this girl, you get to skip the lot, and then people will pick her. So that's kind of how you do it. So it's like if you want to go with the other girl, the better girl, you just have to wait longer, right? So you create incentives to make sure everyone gets an equal turn. Alec, have you ever considered teamwork consistency for any success in PWT when dips and maybe pod abroad to get Austin sometime to fill in? Yeah, I thought about it. Just the issue is that like no one's going to do it as well as you, that type of thing, because no one is as interested in success of PWF as much as I am. So I think those are half measures. Playing with 5, besides building a tree on open and hinge, what else would you do to increase your response rate as an opener? Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of videos on that. Check out, I have a short that says 3 highest response openers in the last 3-4 days. No, in the last week that came out, so check that out. Spicoli went on Smash TV, tried to ban Hormax's channel. He told them to flag his content. Ooh, yeah. If that's indeed what happened, that wasn't cool on Spicoli's part. As much as I dislike Hormaxer, I would never try to get his channel banned, nor do I would ever encourage that kind of behavior. Even when the whole John incident was going on, people were saying me like, yo, do you want me to help get his channel flagged? I was like, nah, dude, like, I'm not going to try to get people canceled no matter how much I dislike them. So if Spicoli indeed do that, then that probably wasn't cool. Damn, 30K a month as a president. Didn't think it would be high. I guess most sales come from private Facebook group. Most sales come from YouTube. So that's how most people find my content, YouTube. Some people find me through the website. But yeah, it's like half of it is new product sales, half of it is recurring mastermind, that type of thing. I'll watch some of Jocelyn's porn videos. They were trash mode. We didn't get back on that. Yeah, I never watched any for shit. Alex is playing with fire. It's weird not seeing Alex on Alex W. Thank you, man. Yes, Hubert. I need to hire you. Hormax is going to go with street backs of Jesus Christ. Wait, did they actually meet up? Hormaxer and Spicoli actually met up? Is that actually true? How hard was it to hit 15K a month of net profit? It was 3 years of a lot of work. Yeah, it took a while. PWF didn't really make any money the first year. The second year, I was making like barely minimum wage. So yeah, it was a lot of work to build up the business for sure. So much things in the background that you have to do that people don't realize. Yeah, it was hard, but it was worth it. You think we might be able to get Jocelyn back? No, I think there's 0 chance I'm going to be able to get her back on. Did you take Kratom in Colombia or is it banned? Yeah, I took Kratom there. It's not banned there. You can get it. Well, it's not actually Natalia. That's my roommate David. He's cooking some food. If I open with "You look suspiciously innocent," she says, "Not what your dad thinks." Was a good comeback. Oh, what a bitch. What's not what your dad thinks? I would say something like, I would troll her. I would say something like, "My dad is dead, but thank you," right? And then she'll be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." You'd be like, and then you can just like change the topic, or you can be like, "Just kidding, haha," or something like that. Yeah, I would probably troll her, hit her with that. Do you think young women now are afraid to date older men? No. They have Amazon in South America, big force there. Were you hypergonadal before TRT? I don't know what that means. If it means did I have low testosterone? The answer is yes. I know you didn't meet rules, but the 10x gender rule apply. Oh yeah, I was getting like a shitload of matches. I was getting like, I don't know, man. Like me and Natty had like a profile together, and I was getting like 30, 40 girls a day or something like that. It's insane. In US, I get like maybe like 5 a day on like the threesome profile. Quality on Bumble in Colombia so much higher on Tinder, way less hookers and girls promoting OnlyFans. That is true. That is true. Just a random chick from Google. All right. When we hit 200 live viewers, I'll open up the forum. So everyone, please stay on so we can hit 200 live viewers. Did your productivity increase when you got on TRT? That's a tough question. because I was before I got on. So to give you like the context, so the reason my testosterone crashed is because of Lyme disease. So when I got on TRT, I was dealing with the worst of my Lyme disease, and I had low testosterone. Right, so it wasn't like so. Yes, I did start feeling better when I got on TRT. But a lot of that was because my testosterone levels were artificially low due to Lyme disease suppressing my hormone production. So it's a tough question. Mark Singh is a pickup coach. I know nothing about him. Never heard of him. Please take Destiny out to cold approach. He said he wants to try, and I want to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna make that happen. Probably, hopefully this month. Alex, have you tried the Ray app? I still haven't been approved for that. I applied like 4 months ago. They still haven't approved me. Did the therapy help? Too early to say. It takes a few months to kick in. At least a month, they said. Dude, I got late 3 times this weekend. Thanks to your advice. Thanks for the badass content. Nice, bro. Glad to hear. Someone said, wait, fuck, my shit is fucking lagging. Okay, there we go. Where can you get kratom from? You can get it from store smoke shops. You can order it online. The website I like is sabaikratom.com. Where's Malik playing with fire? I don't know, but I'm going to get her back soon. Jesus. Spicoli was filming from his car acting as if he was in Vegas to meet up with Hormax and was selling subs to report Spicoli and said 2 farms, and I found him. Jesus fucking Christ. What a fucking shit show. Oh my God. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this? Is so retarded, dude. Oh, you're gonna fucking spend a lifetime in jail because someone talks shit about you on YouTube? Like, get the fuck out of here. Alex, is it true that your going leg goes less than 120 degrees? It's completely over. No, it's 119 degrees. So if it's less than 119 degrees, then it's over. Playing with fire with a 5-day Tinder with 5 a day with Tinder Pro. Any way to unban Hinge? It's a saint. Yeah, you just you want to use a different device. So get a burner phone. I got one of those in Colombia. They cost like 70, 80 bucks. That's probably the easiest way. Alex, your challenge possibly make better content. Keep up the great work. Thanks, man. How do you catch Lyme disease? Hiking in the woods. Hit 60K in IG. Should I worry about girls being addictive? No, unless you're doing something. Alex, since you went to Colombia for stem cell, is it safe to say you're a stem cell? Yeah, I do think it is safe to say them a stem cell. That was actually pretty funny. Okay. Malix has a great personality for the show. Love watching guys fail and also rarely bring her out of her shell. That is true. She is pretty well suited for this type of content because she has really thick skin. Alex, did you ever try Alan Roger Curry's Mode 1 approach? No, not exactly. I would really like to learn from in Cali, Colombia. Cool. I actually traveled to Cali, Colombia in 2015. Cool city. I prefer Medellin more, but Cali's pretty cool. Cali would probably be my second favorite city in Colombia that I've been to. Okay. We're getting close to 200 live viewers, but I want to hit that before we open up the panel. Where do you recommend getting jeans from? Are ripped ones better than normal? I personally never like the ripped jeans look. I don't even like jeans in general. I like to wear pants, either sweatpants or dress pants. I usually get them at Zara. I think Zara is a pretty good place. If you want like really good pants and you're not willing to spend money, Theory is a really good company, but those are like $200, $300 a piece, maybe more. Girl blew me off one night and didn't respond to the wow, I didn't take you to be that kind of girl. What should I say? At that point, it's done. There's nothing you can really do. You already hit her with a takeaway, so I would just move on. I'm doing a photo shoot for Tinder. I live in a pretty small town. What DHV photos can I take if I just have an average body? Yeah, so let's do a little crash course. So okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. All right, let's take a look. I'm gonna take a look at my Instagram. Oh, what the fuck is that? Feel the heel? Yeah, looks fucking painful. But anyway, this is my Instagram, so we're gonna go to. Looks like a fucking pussy or something. I don't know. All right, so we go to my profile. Okay, so you can do the dog photo, right? Those are good. Drinking wine with a dog, always a good option. Suit photos are good. Even just a photo like that, you're chilling with a cool background. That's good. This one I got in Colombia. Um, you can do a photo of you having a drink. That's a good option. Let's see. You can do a motorcycle photo. Those are good options. Guitar photo. That's good. You can do another dog photo. Barbecuing photo. Those are cool and easy. That's also net eating actually. Or a wine photo. So yeah, you have a lot of options. Playing with fire. Would you approach a woman differently at a party versus a supermarket versus on a training in the morning? On a train in the morning? Yeah, probably. At a party, I wouldn't go super direct. I would just be like, "Hey, I'm Alex," and just introduce myself and just assume that she knows what's up and communicate my interest through my sub communications. At a supermarket, I'd probably be a little bit more direct, um, but maybe not. Maybe I would still go a little bit indirect. On train in the morning, yeah, you probably have to go a little bit more direct in like a daytime situation. So the girl, because otherwise the girl thinks you're trying to like sell her something or whatever. I highly recommend topical finasteride myself for hair loss. I was afraid of size, but topical is much safer. Did a lot of research, getting results. Yeah, man. Actually, just ordered some topical finasteride. So actually, it was supposed to come in already, so I have to call the pharmacy and see what it is. So yeah, I actually literally. That's funny you say that because I literally have that coming in the mail right now. How easy is the topical? It seems like we get hard enough part of your scalp. Yeah, I don't think it's that hard. Alex, what's your workout schedule? Thanks. I train like 3 or 4 times a week. I do split body training, so I'll typically like do like Monday. I'll do like chest and like triceps and like back. Wednesday I'll go back heavy, still do chest a little bit and maybe biceps, and then Friday I'll go chest heavy but still hit back and maybe hit triceps and biceps again, and then like Sunday I might do legs or something like that. Alex, is this Supig doing well? Looks obviously I did. Um, yeah, it seems to be. I mean, got a lot of likes. I'm not really using it on my Tinder, but yeah, it seems to be doing well. How lean are you? I don't know. I'm probably like 8 or 9% body fat. I'm really fucking lean. If a girl says serious relationships only and starting her bi, is it best to address that in some way or just run the text game dates as usual? I would say just run the text game date as usual. I don't even really bother reading girls' bios because it's irrelevant. Do you get your topical finasteride doctor prescribed? Yeah, yeah. I have a functional medicine doctor who's like, yeah, who recommended actually. So yeah, I typically like to go through official sources. I wouldn't ever really do like street testosterone or like street finasteride or online finasteride. I like to get everything from a pharmacy to make sure the quality's high. Do you think an 18-year-old can pull older girls from cold approach? Yeah, absolutely. 8% body fat is almost saturated. You might be 12% at least. Yeah, possibly. I never measured it. I just always think I think I'm probably single digits body fat because I'm like super duper fucking lean. I have like close to no fat on me, but yeah, it's possible. I think professionals get it to like 6% body fat. Why do you use so much face ad that you catfish women? I don't know, George. Why do you hide in the comments instead of coming off for debate? Is it true that non-white girls worship white men? I've always been to white girls, but some of these half white Asian girls are fine. Some of them, I wouldn't say they worship white guys, but they like white guys. Yeah, I mean it's just about being exotic. 8% is tasty, man. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I am like 11 or 12%. I don't know. I never really measured it, so that was just a guess. But yeah, you might be right. When is Alex Lindbergh coming on as a guest? Yeah, I'm actually going to try to get him on pretty soon. So yeah. All right, come on. We're at 182 live viewers. We're 18 away from opening up the panel. If everyone just stays on for like another 10 minutes, we'll get to 200 because new people will keep coming in. Street test sucks. My friend cooked some in his kitchen. His was awful. Yeah, I can imagine. I would never fuck with that. I don't know. I'm just like too paranoid of like fucking up my health. Have you ever tried DMT? Yeah, I have several times. How was the experience? It was trippy as fuck. I don't know. You just hallucinate like crazy for like 4 or 5 minutes. Playing with fire. All these questions are boring. How large is your cock? It's humongous. It's like 25 inches. So yeah, too big for words. We need to do looks versus Hugh Megal Black Belt maxing. Oh god, I don't know. I think the Megal streams are so dumb, but you guys seem to like them, so I'll keep doing them. How to avoid any legal securities while doing pickup? What are some things to consider as a newbie? I have a whole video on that. Type in how to PWF, how to avoid rape accusations, false rape accusations. If you do everything right, homebrew gear can be much safer than farmer. I have a really, really fucking hard time believing that. Do you think it's a bad thing to a woman if a guy doesn't have a tattoo? No, not necessarily. I think tattoos can help a little bit, but no, there's plenty of guys who don't have tattoos that get laid like crazy. Good question, but since you took a pic with Todd, I figured he'd be able to contend. Okay, what else do we have? Alex, did you sort out the rules with Looks4L? Yeah, we'll do that tonight if he's around and Jake around. Yeah, Looks4L, why don't you come on and we can talk about it? We kind of started talking about it last night, but then my mom flew in. Thoughts on Gerber Johnson? His content is interesting. I don't know much about him. I've seen like 1 or 2 of his videos. Are girls turned off by a natural pic of me laughing with hot girls in the profile? I would really need to see the photo. Will you be the judge for Miami rules set against competition Looks4L? I don't know if Looks will ever live. Should I challenge down? Will Alex be the judge for the Miami rules set against the competition Looks4L? Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I'll be the judge. But it's also going to be just based on results. Was about to Gym Max. Yeah, why don't let's have that discussion first, and then you can go Gym Max all you want. All right, I'll just open up the panel. We obviously seem to be like just like 20 live viewers or 30 live viewers shy of 200. So let's just open up the panel. All right, and we'll do some Q&A later as well. All right, link is dropped. Yeah, again, I haven't watched too many of his content, so I can't comment. Looks is competing against Jake. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Lots of pharma companies use low quality cottonseed oil and cheap solvents. Yeah, but you can get one from a good compounding pharmacy. Mine is with I think it's either grapeseed oil or no, it might be even like MCT oil. I forget, but it's one of the gooder oils. The guy was blatantly rude to Jocelyn. Not only did she quit, but the girl was pissed as fuck as well. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, girls generally will band together. Alex, what would you do if a girl started taking FaceTime calls from events in between sex sessions? Unless it was like something important, I would take her phone, put it away, and be like, no, 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 no. Alex, will you be reviewing Coach Whitepill and Megal's speed dates he's recently put up on his channel? Wait, hold up. Coach Whitepill did a speed date on a Megal? Can someone confirm this? If that is true, then yes, I will absolutely fucking review it. All right, let's bring on Looks4L. Yo,
Yo, what's going on?
not much, but yeah. So let's continue the conversation we are having last night. So
This
I
is
was,
like, I feel like we need to talk about this like in depth, even in private. But yeah,
yeah, we can talk about it more later. But what I was thinking is, okay, so let me kind of recap the facts for the chat. So you are 22, right, or 23?
23.
20. You're 23. Jake is 36.
Yeah,
So the issue we're having is working out age range for girls. And what I think is fair is to do, obviously, in a bar, girl has to be over 21, or at least she has to have fake ID. So do 21 to 28. I think that still gives you a mild advantage.
I don't know. I'm just concerned that these girls who are 27, 28 can noticeably tell that I'm younger and simply reject me due to that. That's a big thing. You can analyze statistics. Women don't want younger men. There's clear
Yeah, but
preferences.
what about all the 21-year-olds who are going to reject Jake for being too old?
Well, that's kind of part of the black pill that like the age destroys your looks. So that's one of the reasons why his SMV is lower. There's plenty of
But we
chats.
have to make the competition fair. Like you're going to be okay. Let's just assume that the black pill theory is true, and 21-year-old girls don't want to fuck a 36-year-old guy, and 27-year-old girls don't want to fuck a 24 guy. Let's just, for argument's sake, assume that's true. You guys are both going to be at disadvantage to some girls, but we can't make the competition where you have all the advantage and he has none of the
Well,
advantage.
no. See, the thing is, there's plenty of girls who are 21, 22 who would bang a guy who's 35 if he looks really good. It always
And
comes down to that.
And there's a whole bunch of girls who are 28 who will bang a 24-year-old guy. Dude, I banged like so many girls
Yeah,
when I was
no, that's the
years old.
thing. It's true. I just don't want to make any excuses, right? I want it to be a complete blowout, right? So the age thing can be a factor. I still think it won't matter as much as I think it will. But there is a clear preference that women prefer older men. Like a lot of documentation about this.
Yeah, but we have to make the competition fair. Like it can't just be like just one side. If we do 21, let's say you guys were all factors were the same, looks, game, whatever. If we did 21 to 24, 25, you would have the clear advantage in that competition. Like it has to be fair.
Okay, so you already agree, like it'd be destruction in that age range.
No, I'm saying in a hypothetical, if all factors were equal, that would be unfair. If there's a 24-year-old and a 36-year-old, and we're only going for 21-year-olds, obviously the 24-year-old would have the advantage.
Okay, but I think that it's a much stronger disadvantage if the girl is older than the guy.
It's
I
only
think,
it's only by 4 years though. Versus with Jake, there's going to be a 15-year difference when we talk to 21-year-old girls.
I mean, it's tough luck, bro. The age pill like doesn't stop.
But dude, you're trying to like set the
No,
rules.
like here's the thing. Like I'm already saying, like I'll talk to girls a few years older than me, right? That's already me bending, like
Okay, so then
working
we're all
with you
set on
guys.
21 to 28, right?
I still think 28's a bit high though, you know? Like I feel like
Oh,
26, that's already 3 years older than me. Like I'm trying to like work with you here, but it's like it has to be within reason, right?
bro,
Also,
but
the
right,
girls are hotter when they're younger, so we shouldn't make it easier for like
dude,
everyone.
there's okay. First of all, 28-year-old girls there's some really hot 28-year-old girls. Don't tell me that 28 is too old. Okay, the girls don't fucking become grandmas at 28. Okay, and I'm only gonna pick attractive girls anyway. But just because a girl's 21 doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna be hotter than 28-year-old. There's a really
There's
in,
no way you're saying
in,
this.
in my in Miami, there's really fucking hot 28-year-olds. There's hot 38-year-olds. There's even the hot girls who are in their early 40s. Okay, so if a girls don't fucking become too old at 28. But I think like you're being a little unreasonable right
No,
now.
it's not just that. That was just one of the factors. The other factor is women like preferring older men. If you're noticeably younger than them, then they'll reject you simply due to that. That's the problem.
Okay, chat. Let me know if I'm being off here. Let's let the chat decide.
Dude, girls don't even have their age preferences on Tinder set to like less than their age. Like they don't want younger men. This is clear.
Dude, I just don't know how many girls I've hooked up when I was 24 that were like 28, 30, 35. It's really not as hard as you think it is.
No, again, I don't think it's going to be like an insane factor, but I don't want to have any excuses after the fact, you know? I want to make sure that like we settle this beforehand so that like once it starts, like it'll be a dub.
I think 20. Well, I'm not going to set up the rules so it's a clear W for you. I'm setting up the rules so it's fair for both people. So my goal in this competition isn't to make it so it's a clear W for Looks4L. I want to make it so it's a fair contest. And
no. I'm already bending by the girls being older than me, right? I'm working with you. It's not like I want it to be.
Well, Jake is also bending by saying we're not going to do any girls in their late 20s and early 30s and mid 30s, right? So
because the girls after 30 are like, what are you even doing, bro? Like,
no, there's so many hot girls who are like 32, 33 years old. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You're saying there's no hot chicks in their 30s? Like,
bro, everyone knows where the hottest girls are. It's 18 to 25. Like,
okay, so there's no hot 30-year-olds, right? Like, you can't find out.
It's not like there's none, but like on average, obviously a girl who's 20 is gonna look way hotter than a girl who's 30. Always, like a girl who's 20 will look hotter. That's just how it is, dude.
I just refuse
to
believe.
Like this is a slight cope, like a slight.
I just refuse to believe that you're so picky that you won't fuck a hot girl who's 30 because she's a little past her prime. Like that to me
it's
just
not to say
like
that I haven't. Like I've done it twice, but it's nothing compared to a younger, more attractive girl. Like nothing.
Dude, I don't know what world you're
also,
living in.
The other thing is
30 or too old.
It's not just like the beauty that declines, but it's also easier because their standards will drop. Like girls who are young and the most desirable, it's going to be much harder to get those. So I think we need to stay consistent on like same caliber, how difficult it is, same level of hotness. Like
I think me agreeing to doing 21 to 28 is already somewhat stacking the rules in your favor. Like that already gives you a little bit of an advantage. So I think like you want more of an advantage, and like I don't think that's fair. Like I think that like you according to your theory, you think looks are the main things that matter. So that means that you should have a clear advantage over Jake. I don't know why you want an additional advantage when you already have an advantage.
No. It's simply removing the disadvantage. And if anything, I'm adding a little disadvantage by having girls who are older. Clearly, 28 to 23 is a 5-year difference, dog. But I'm still working with it. So again, I think it should be closer to 25, 26, maybe 27.
That stacks the odds massively in your favor.
They're still older than me, though. I don't know.
By a year, but the 21-year-old girls are younger than him by 15 years. 2 years.
Tough. It's 2 years, bro.
Well, no, what's tough is like the fact that you're like kind of trying to like stack the odds in your favor and like kind of like trying to like cheat.
I just mentioned how I'm like it's already a disadvantage because, dude, a girl being older than you is a strong preference. Like, again, you can read countless articles on this. It's very well documented. The other way.
Okay, do you not think it's a disadvantage? A 36-year-old going for a 21-year-old? Is that not a disadvantage?
Wait, say that again?
Is it not a disadvantage for a 36-year-old to be going at like for a 21-year-old?
Well, again, it depends how you look at 36, right? You could be a fucking Chad at 36, and these girls will think that you look more youthful. Like, you could be 36 and pass as a 27, 28-year-old. It's very possible if you keep your health in good check and the age pill doesn't hit you that hard.
I just did a, and you know my chat is actually genuinely fond of you. I just did a poll. 89% of people are saying 21 to 28 years old is fair.
Well,
90.
I clearly don't understand like women's preferences. Yeah, so it's better than before when Jake was like, yeah, I'll go after girls over 30. I was like, what the fuck are you even saying? So it's a step in the right direction. I still think we can minimize it a bit, but like it's much better than before.
I think 21 to 20 years old is more than fair. If anything, it should be Jake that should be objecting to that. If anything, it should be Jake saying, yo, that is bullshit. We got to push it higher. But the fact that like the odds are already kind of stacked in your favor and you want them to be in your favor more.
Bro, I just mentioned how it's a disadvantage when you're younger than a woman. That's a clear disadvantage. This is not a cope. This is just
it's also a disadvantage when you're 36 years old hitting on a 21-year-old compared to a 24-year-old. A 24-year-old has an advantage with a 21-year-old over a 36-year-old.
It's partly due to the black pill, bro, how it impacts your looks at a certain age.
It doesn't matter why it's true. It just matters that it's true.
No, because it's part of my ideology that it's like your looks fucking fade. That's the whole point. So like it's gonna be harder for a guy who's 36 because he's not at the same like looks level as me.
So you acknowledge that he's a disadvantage for the 21-year-old.
Well, so the disadvantage not purely due to the age. I'm sure it has a slight effect, but it's mostly due to his looks. You look older. Like you look There's guys who can
Yes,
be
that's
36 but like look 27, 28, you know?
and dude, and you're a disadvantage with a 28-year-old because you look younger. Do you think if you were 24 years old but you look like you were 30, you'd be a disadvantage? Like, do you think your age is just written on your forehead?
Well,
Like,
it's
the only
seen through
reason
your
you're a
wrinkles. It's
disadvantage
seen
is
through
because
your
you look younger.
skin, collagen, the lack of collagen. You can just tell, bro.
Right, but this like I don't know how you're not seeing the fault with your argument. You're a disadvantage with a 28-year-old, not because you're actually 23 years old. You're a disadvantage with her because you look younger, right? The girl doesn't know. You could easily lie, right?
It
If you
depends if
it's
you could
not like,
pass for it, right?
right,
I
exactly.
don't
So
think I can though.
the
Maybe I
issue
can.
for you, okay, so the issue for you is that you look younger than the girl. And the issue for Jake is that he looks a lot older than the girl. But I agree with you. If he looked really young, then it would not be a disadvantage. Just like if you looked really old, it would not be a disadvantage. So it comes down to looks
But
either
you
way.
can tell most of the time. Like if a chick's old or if a guy's old, like you can ballpark it pretty well. Like
Yeah, and dude, you can tell. Yes, you can tell if the girl is whatever, like older, sure, and the girl can tell if you're older. Yeah,
right.
so you guys are both a disadvantage with certain girls. You're going to be a disadvantage with a 26-year-old, and Jake is going to be a disadvantage with a 21-year-old. You guys both have disadvantages with certain girls, but his disadvantage is much higher
It's not though.
due to the fact, yes, it is, dude. The age gap is way wider. You only have to go 3-4 years above your age. He has to go 15 years below his age.
But women have clear preferences for men their age or older. It doesn't go vice versa. I understand he's much older, but again, like that's just unfortunate that the age gap is so strong.
No, yes, they generally prefer us. The women generally prefer guys who are slightly older than them, and there's a small subset of women who prefer older men. But most women want to date a guy who's maybe 2 or 3 years older than them, or their age. Most girls don't want to date a guy who's 15 years older than them. That's not most girls.
Right,
So
right.
if I was, I don't know, I'm 33 now. If I was fucking 48, that would put me at major disadvantage with like girls who are in their 30s, right? Because yeah, most girls don't want a guy, especially college girls who are like 21, 22, who we're going to run into. Most of those girls, when they see a guy who's 36, they're going to be like, "Oh, you're like my
Oh yeah,
dad."
yeah. Okay, so the concern for me is more on like how high the girl's age is for me. Like 27, 28, they'll be able to tell, bro. Like I think it'll be clear that
Yes,
I will appear younger.
they'll be able to tell that you are, I don't know, like 4 years younger than them. But a lot of girls will still be willing to do it.
Yeah,
If
that's what I'm hoping
the
for. Like
proposition.
the looks halo will be so strong it won't matter. But again, I just didn't want it to be an excuse. So like if we set it more strict, like 25-ish, 26, then I think it would be like
If we set it to
better.
25, then you're stacking the rules significantly in your favor.
But
Then
I'm
it's not
younger
gonna
still.
then you're not going to beat him because of the looks. You're going to beat him because of the rules are in your favor. Just
But
like
the
if
looks are correlated with your age, bro.
right, but that exactly. It's all about how you look. It doesn't matter. Can we agree that it doesn't matter how old you really are? It matters how old you look like. Can we agree on
Right,
that?
but a lot of times they're very linked.
Of course they are. Obviously,
Yeah.
duh. But we agree that it doesn't. If Jake looked like he was 28, it wouldn't matter. And if you looked like you were 29, it wouldn't matter. Correct?
Correct. In terms of correct.
Okay. So it all comes down to how you look, so how old you look. So if you were stacking the odds significantly in your favor, where you're at an advantage with every girl and Jake's a disadvantage with every girl, that's not fair. There needs to be, if Jay is going to be a disadvantage with a 21-year-old, there needs to be some group of girls that you're a disadvantage with, and that's going to be the 27-year-old girls. We need to. Because to make the contest fair, it can't just be you have a constant advantage with every girl and Jake has a constant disadvantage. Like, do you not understand that concept?
But the preference is clear. It's like a one-way preference. It's not like women
You
prefer
just
men
acknowledged
older,
that a 36-year-old who looks his age has a disadvantage with a 21-year-old.
but it's not as steep as a guy who's like I don't know how to put it in a different perspective. Like a guy who's 19 going after a 25, 26-year-old. Like it's obvious. They don't like younger men. They like older men. I understand it's still a disadvantage, but it's worse one way than the other.
I think the rules right now, if we do 21 to 28, are still set in your favor. If anything, it should be Jake that's complaining because you only have to go 3-4 years outside of your age range. He has to go 15 years. Like, yes, I acknowledge that to you that it's generally more in that direction, but we compensate for that by making the age gap 4 years for you and 15 years for him. We have compensated for that and then some. And if we do what you want to do, which is just like 21 to 25 or whatever, then basically you're going to be at an advantage with every girl, and Jake is going to be at a disadvantage with every girl. How's that fair?
That's why I wish there was like he was closer in age, so we could like isolate for that factor. Because again, like, dude, girls will. I'm not saying that like There's not going to be some girls who won't mind that you're younger, but it's a very clear preference. That's why I'm mentioning this. Other than that, like everything else is fine. It's just like the age thing is like I know it's a disadvantage for him, but it's also an extreme disadvantage if a girl knows you're younger. So it's not like an easy thing to solve, I don't think.
Okay, sure, it would be nicer if he was your age, but like we can't change how old you guys are. But I think that like the advantage is still with these set of rules. The advantage is still in your favor,
Right.
and it seems like 90% of the chat agrees with me on that.
I think it's much more reasonable than before because he was talking about talking to girls over 30, and I'm like, bro, that's bullshit. Lower quality, easier to get, etc. So it's like at least we've like made it more reasonable. I think 21 to 28 or even 18 to 28 is much more reasonable.
I think we should do 21 to 28 because for an 18-year-old, like him being 36 could be almost an instant blowout. Also, we're at a bar, so you have to be 21 to get in anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think.
Are we doing like the day game thing? I think the bar should be like the main thing because it's like the same girl.
Yeah, I think it should be mainly the bar too. I agree with you on
that.
Yeah. Okay, so we got that part sorted out. What are the other issues you have with the rules?
Well, there's just like a lot of things. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Age thing was just the biggest thing. Everything else should be probably fine, to be honest. Just making sure we have the same quality, same girl, same location, etc.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I hope this guy isn't. I hope this is wrong. Looks is getting. I hope you're not actually backing out of this contest.
No. This is the whole point of this is to make sure that there's no excuses when it happens. You know, I want to like get out the concerns, the valid concerns about age, out of the way, so that it can be like a fair like competition. You know,
I think 21 to 28 is still slightly unfair for Jake, but if he's but it seems like he's willing to do it, so it doesn't matter. But if we go any lower, then it's a massive disadvantage for Jake. I'm okay with like a mild disadvantage for one person, but a massive.
So like if I'm talking to 28-year-old girls, like that they'll notice that I'm younger. That's also a disadvantage for me, right? Like clearly.
Yes, you will be a disadvantage with some girls, and Jake will be a disadvantage with other girls, right? It can't be that you have an advantage with every girl and he's a disadvantage with every girl.
It's just unfortunate that like the age pill collects, doesn't it?
Yes, it's unfortunate that aging happens and we age and get older. Yes, it is unfortunate that like we humans are not immortal. Sure.
And that humans prefer like stronger genes when they're younger.
Yes, there's a lot of unfortunate. I mean, we could just have a discussion about all the unfortunate parts of reality. It's unfortunate about like fucking climate change and fucking global poverty and like fucking people getting injured and more. There's a lot of very unfortunate things in life that we could discuss. We could spend like 5 hours discussing all the unfortunate aspects of being a human.
But yeah, I think in order to compensate for both, I think it should be fair. As long as like we can collectively agree they look like 28 or younger, right? Like 21 to 28. We'd also have to agree, right? Because we're not gonna fucking ask their age. It'll just be like based off how they look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So was there any other concerns you had? That was it.
We can talk about the separate things, right? Like it was the bar thing and then the day game thing. I don't know. We can talk about that later. But the age thing, I'm glad we got that sorted.
All right. You got everything sorted. Competition is back on.
Nothing is perfect, but this is better than what was before. So
yeah. All right, cool, man. Anything else you want to discuss?
No, time to go Gym Max.
Gym Max, bro. Get ready for the competition.
Raising the SMB.
Got to raise the SMB.
Yes, sir. Later, dog.
Have a good night. All right, got that sorted. Geez, Louise, I can't believe he was having an issue with that fucking 21 to 28. I feel like if anything, Jake should be bitching about that. Like if Jake was coming on, he was saying, "Yo, dude, I think these rules aren't fair." I'd be like way more sympathetic. I think. But I think Jake could have an argument that the rules are unfair, but I don't think Looks has any argument the rules are unfair. I think he has, even by these rules, he has an advantage. The most he's going to have to do is doing a 4-year difference. Jake has to do a 15-year difference. I mean, that's like fucking massive. Like how is this even up for debate? All right, let's get Dennis on and Ron.
Hey.
Yo, what's up, Alex? Why are you guys overcomplicating this? Like, I think it should be a point system. Like, a phone number would be 5 points. A makeout would be 20 points. A poll would be 100 points. Don't you think that would be the best way to do it?
Well, because we have to agree on the girls that are going to be picked. So he was having an issue with the.
But why do you have to agree on that? Wouldn't like a point system work better?
How are we going to evaluate? Okay, so Looks4L pulls a 18-year-old and Jake pulls a 30-year-old. How are we going to evaluate who gets more points?
Who's ever hot? You can be the judge. You can judge who's hotter.
No, because then it becomes subjective, and then people are going to accuse me of having a bias because I have my type, right? And people are going to be like, "Oh, Alex just."
Or you should have the fans vote.
booty.
Have the fans vote.
No, I feel like that's adding too much complexity. I feel like it's a lot easier and cleaner.
Adding like all the age stuff is adding too much complexity, in my opinion.
Well, I didn't want to do the age stuff. I didn't care. It was Looks that insisted on the age part. It wasn't me, dude. I think it would be easier if it could just be any girl. I think the way
exactly. Like
I think the way it should be is like I pick out a girl that's attractive, right? Like a girl that's hot. One of them approaches her, and then 10 minutes later, the other one approaches her, and we count who gets further along with the girl. I think that's the easiest way to do it. But Looks4L was concerned that I was going to pick girls in their 30s, and he felt like that would put him at disadvantage. So the age thing was his condition, not mine.
I don't think that's a good way to do it because, like, say I game you up, you understand the idea of buy-in temperature. So I get her buy-in temperature like up, and then when the next dude approaches, her buy-in temperature is already up because I warmed her up. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Any girl at the bar has already been approached like 20 times. I've been to that bar and we like did an experiment. We like put a mic on Maddie and I set her loose. She was getting approached like every 30 seconds. So any girl where we go is going to have been approached like at least 20 times. So I think maybe to some small extent, sure. But I think like that point is a little bit mute.
I think I would be a much better representative of PUA than Jake.
Do you want to come out in for the competition?
Yeah, and I'm the same age as Looks, so you know he can't use that.
Well, we don't have to replace Jake. We can just add you to the competition.
Yeah, I bet.
So you want to come in March?
Yeah, when is it?
March.
Like what date?
We don't have the exact date picked out yet, but probably early to mid-March.
All right, yeah, I bet. Let's run it. I'll show you how it's done. I'll show you what an MPUA looks like.
Oh, come on. See, but Dennis is way better looking than Jay. Come on. Looks, you still think you're probably better looking
You
than
see,
Jay.
this dude is a coke, bro. Like,
yeah, he seems to be finding excuses everywhere, man. This is kind of sad.
Are we gonna say that like Dennis is some Giga Chad who like fucking has a like automatic advantage like in this competition? Like, come on. Dennis is like a slightly above average looking dude. Like he's like your average, like slightly above average dude. Like he doesn't have some massive fucking advantage. Jesus Christ.
the only advantage I would have is I go out a lot, so I like have reference experiences and I know how to like run interactions.
Right, which goes back to like the game component. But
You've been seeing those receipts I've been sending you, right, Alex?
Yes. You know, by the way, you don't have to keep doing that, Dennis. Like, I get the point that you get late. But
Where do you live at, Dennis?
What's up?
Where do you live?
Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Okay.
You don't want me to keep sending you pictures, Alex? Receipts?
I mean, you can if you want to. I'm just saying you don't have to because I don't like really care that much. I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's like me sending you like a video saying, "Look, my video got views, bro. Look." You don't believe me that people watch my content. You're like, dude, I understand. Like, I know.
I thought it might make you happy. Like, you know, Dennis learned from me and look at all these bitches he's getting, you know, like you can live through me kind of.
Well, I'm happy that you're doing good. I'm happy always that anyone who watches my content does good. I mean, people, yeah, I mean, I don't care. You can keep sending them to me if you want.
No, I just wanted to send you a couple so you know I'm not capping, you know, like,
No.
like I like showing receipts, you know, I don't, like, I've never seen a receipt from Looks4L, but, you know, I have a bunch of receipts.
To be fair, Looks4L did send me a bunch of receipts privately.
I've never seen them. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna do a poll. Should we add Dennis to the competition? Let's see what people say. All right, guys, vote. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, it's getting the competition. I agree, it's getting like a little annoying with the complications because, like, what if I pick a girl who looks 26?
Yeah, just keep it simple. We'll have a point system, and whoever pulls the hottest bitch wins. Like, keep it simple, you know.
No, I think it's got to be the same girl, though. I think that it can't be different girls. I do agree with Looks4L on that because We got to minimize for luck, because you agree there's a big luck element to going out. Like sometimes you just pick the right girl, and sometimes you pick the wrong girl. So there's
you would do that by going out multiple nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Multiple nights. That's how you would.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't want to dedicate that much time to the competition.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like a lot of shit I got to do. This is going to be like a 1 day, 1 night thing, maybe 2 nights at most. But
you can't let the girls see that they're together or talking.
Yeah, but the bar we're planning on going is like really big, so I think we'll be fine.
It just seems like you guys are like way overcomplicating it. Like, oh, they have to be this age, this and that. Like.
Well, you keep saying you guys, but you guys implies it's all of us, but it's not me. I'm not the one that's adding.
I mean, you're making the rules, aren't you?
No, I'm no, I'm not. I'm just helping negotiate the rules. I don't care because I just want it to be fair. That's my only job, is to make sure this competition is as fair as possible. It's up to Jake and Looks4L to determine the rules, right? Because they're the ones competing. I'm not competing, so I don't really care.
How is Colombia? How is the weather there? Same as like Miami weather, or?
Yeah, it's very similar to Miami. It's a cool place. I feel like you would really like it.
Yeah, why do you say that?
There's a bunch of really hot girls, or DTF.
Oh, damn. Yeah. I would love it.
Yeah. It's also pretty cheap. Like
easy mode country, right?
But every other girl is gonna be like, pay up.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of easy mode. Yeah. All right, Looks4L is saying add me. Okay, let's add him real quick. Yeah, I thought you were gym maxing.
I was going to, but then like Dennis was trying to say he should join. Obviously, Dennis is better looking than Jake. Also, the H pill doesn't hit him as hard.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment, Looks.
Point is, I want this to be a brutal display of the black pill, right? So me versus Jake would be like a stark difference. So I want it to be a very polarizing.
Well, Looks,
like,
if we're the same age, so that would fix that problem. I feel like it would be easier since we're the same age, and you won't have to worry about that problem.
Yeah, but you're higher SMV than him. It won't be as stark. I want it.
Well,
to be
you're
like,
higher SMV than me.
Right, but what? How tall are you? Like 6'1", 6'2", or something?
I'm like 5'11".
I still think it would be better though against Jake because you're above him clearly.
Are you like scared of me or something? Like
no. I want it to be like a clear display of the black pill. I want it.
You don't want to lose to me? Is that what you're trying to say?
Jesus Christ, you're such a weirdo. Like we already agreed on it. I was doing it versus Jake. Stop trying to be a weirdo. Like this will be a brutal display of the black pill.
Well, I think that it could still be okay. I'm just gonna like fucking try to fucking steel man your position. I think it could still be that if, for example, you come out first place, Jake comes out like far third place, and Dennis comes out second. Wouldn't that still prove the black pill? Like I understand how that would like go against your design.
But you want to keep it simple, bro. Like just put a normie against the Chad Light and see what happens. Don't add high tier normies into the mix. Like I don't know.
What do you think is the look? What do you think is the looks difference between Dennis and Jake? I don't think it's a big difference.
No, it's clear. Dennis is much better looking.
What would you rate Jake and what would you rate Dennis?
Bro, this is not the point. I don't want to go against
He's
Dennis.
Just scared, bro. He doesn't want to lose to me. He knows he would take this L. Why do you think they call me Dennis Win? Like, come on.
Alex, remember when we originally came up with it? It was me versus Jake. I think we should stick to that and stop trying to overcomplicate it. Also, this point system shit is kind of dumb. Like hottest girl, it will be subjective to.
Why do you think that's dumb? 5 points for a phone number, 10 points for a kiss, and whoever gets the most phone numbers and kisses by the end of the night, we add up all the points.
No, it's so fucking cringe, dude. I'm sorry.
Why do you think that's a bad idea?
No, you're overcomplicating it, bro.
I will kind of agree with Looks4L on the one thing that I think the point system makes it too subjective. And then I'm going to get accused of being biased because I'm going to pick like the bigger booty Latinas, and they're going to be like, "Oh, not everyone likes a fat ass like you." But
if it's 5 points for a phone number, 10 points for a kiss, whoever has the most like points, like I made out with 3 bitches, I get 30 points. Looks only got 2 phone numbers, he would get it wouldn't be subjective.
Because I think it's hard to put a value on okay, how much more is a phone number versus a makeout versus a pull? Like it's kind of hard to put like a value on that. I think it would be easier if we just do we measure 2 things. One is who got more phone numbers, right? And two, I think the second thing we should measure is who got which of those phone numbers led to a date. And I think we can also, if someone gets a pull and fucks the girl, that can be like a massive thing we can consider as well.
But like a phone number is kind of pointless. Like a girl will give her phone number to anyone. So I feel like a makeout and a poll would be awesome.
Girls do hand out fake numbers.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's at least real, but a girl will not just give out her number to anyone. I think that's stupid. I think it's not that hard, but it's still a degree of investment. I guess I don't know. You could be added to the challenge, but it'll just add more complexity. I feel like the original idea, me versus Jake, keeps it clean and simple, and it's good.
It seems like the audience wants me.
Yeah, 85% of the chat
wants it, bro.
85% of the chat says.
But I'm the one going to fucking Miami, bro. So like,
yeah,
I'm the one paying for your plane ticket.
Yeah, thank you. You're very kind for that.
If anyone, I'm the one taking a loss on that.
Yeah, but you're taking losses for the greater good, for a good video,
Yeah, well, that will be determined. We'll see if it's a good video.
How would you feel if like you lost looks and like your like system of thinking would be destroyed?
No,
how would that make you feel?
There's no way I lose. It's just by how much do I win. I want to make sure it's like 90 to 10, 80, 20. That's the main concern. It's just like by how much do I destroy him? That's the
well, like what if he does win? How much would that like shatter your reality?
That's just like you're telling me that like Santa Claus is real right now.
So, it don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile.
I can't take you seriously, right? But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
When's the last time you went out? Looks like when's the last time you went out to a bar and like approach?
But listen, don't add Dennis. It adds more complexity. Keep it simple.
Oh, I'm scared of Dennis. Like he's gonna beat me and make me look bad. Like don't add him. I'm scared.
Dennis, you're like autistic, bro.
Yeah. So what are you scared of then? Looks. What are you scared of then? Like.
Look, I don't want to
make me look bad. Make me look bad then, Mog me, bro. Make me look bad.
Come on, bro. I'm trying to be more positive, but like you're really pushing it.
Bro, what do you have to worry about? I'm just an autistic kid, make me look bad.
Come on, bro. I'm a good person. I don't like to just make fun of people. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Don't add on point systems bullshit. We'll talk more later.
I don't know, dude. Let's see what Jake's thinks about adding one more person. 85% of the chat seems to want it.
Of course they want to see it, bro.
But the whole point we're doing this is...
What are you scared of? Looks like, what's the problem? What are you scared of?
More complexity.
You have to understand what my motivation is for doing this, right? I'm taking a big part of my day. I'm fucking paying for your plane ticket. Like, this is not like...
Yeah, but you're changing like the original thing. I agree to the original thing, no? I'm keeping my word on that.
Now I'm scared. I'm scared now, like...
This autistic cunt is like making my ears bleed, okay? Can I just like leave and hit gym?
You can leave, dude. No one's forcing you to stay on, boys.
All right. Take it easy, boys.
Later, man.
Dude, I don't know why he has an issue with adding Dennis, though. I feel like his whole thing is like he wants this to be a display of the black pill. But if his theory is true, looks are the only things that matter. Jake, Dennis, looks, then he should still be able to accomplish his goal. I don't see why adding you would matter. I don't know, man.
Hit up Jake. See if he can get on now.
Jake? Yeah, sure. Let me see.
Yeah, hit him up. See if he can come on. Because I want to see what this guy looks like now.
He's your average looking dude. He's not like ugly or something.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Ron? I've never seen you before. What's up?
I'm fairly new to this thing.
What's your lay count?
That's like asking me how many doctor visits I've had throughout my life. You stop counting at some point. Yeah. I was gonna say something. I lost my train of thought.
50 plus?
Maybe. I don't know.
Are you in the United States or where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Miami.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
It seems 83% of the chat wants Dennis. That's a pretty definitive amount of people. 83%. Alex, come to date scribe with me. Fuck that. I'd rather hit my head against the wall.
Ron has a low count.
Fucking hate that dude.
I've had to like Dennis was saying, like when people say call cap, and so in group chats you have to like send proof, and if it's not like real proof, they won't believe you. It got to a point where I'm like, I don't have to show the proof; they just take my word at it.
Yeah. I think like once you establish credibility, people will generally.
Yeah. It takes a few.
Yeah, the BMAC challenge is set up. I already have. It's in. It's actually in like a week or so. I have.
Yeah.
I've already bought fucking BMAC's fucking plane ticket. I don't know why I'm like fucking
Jesus
buying.
Christ, man! You're buying tickets for all these people.
Yeah, I have a
Why?
really bad habit of like when I'm excited about something, like over promising, and then I feel bad if I don't deliver. So that was like me just being stupid. I shouldn't have actually.
Oh,
promised
you're
that.
you're a Grant Cardone. That's what Grant Cardone does. Alex.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
What does he do?
If you
He
overpromise, you have to
overpromises and then he
overdeliver.
overdelivers.
Oh,
That's his whole philosophy. Is he overpromises, overdelivers, and he also creates products before, like he sells products before they're even made. Like he gets
Like most people say, oh, don't hype it up too much,
Yeah.
because if you hype it up too much, like if you say, oh yeah, this is average, when you give them an above average thing, they'll be impressed. But he says, like overcommit, really sell it, like make big claims. So then you'll have to like produce,
Yeah, but Alex, I got a question for you. Not really dating related, but related to your sales background. How do I get started in sales?
what kind of sales do you want to do?
I want to probably look into doing eventually high ticket items to at least make $100,000 a year. I think I could do it.
Yeah, 100,000 is like a very, very easily achievable goal in sales. What do you want to do it for yourself, or you want to work for a company?
I do eventually want to do it for my own business stuff, but I wouldn't mind starting in a company. I do have 4 kids to provide, right? And right now, the job that I have is just not enough. So I'm looking to add a second job, probably in sales. But I'm pretty sure I could do it because I know the psychology. I'm very good with psychology. I'm very good with social skills. I have a lot of.
It's not knowing psychology is it's like the difference between like knowing game and actually being to execute game. Like so, just like having knowledge of it. But yeah, I mean, I would find a good, respectable company where that seems to have a good sales manager and be humble and take feedback from the experienced people. That's what I did when I first started sales. I fucking sucked balls. I used to have this habit of just like talking nonstop and like no one would ever buy shit. But I listened to the advice that like people who were doing it longer than me did. I thought out like I constantly one thing I did that most of my coworkers didn't do is I would like my sales manager was like the best salesperson I've ever seen. She was like this 5'2" redheaded lady who was like the best fucking salesperson ever. And after every single like day at work, I would call her as I was driving home and like spend half an hour debriefing. And I would like relentlessly get her opinion. Like, hey, this guy said this. I didn't know how to answer this. What would you have said? So I did that repeatedly over and over again. And I would also seek out the best salespeople of the company. So there was like the guys who've been there for like 10 years who were doing really well. I would like ask if I could tag along on their sales appointments and just like watch and observe. And then I would ask them like to like give me advice. And people are really happy to help if you like ask them for feedback. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's kind of what I would recommend. Just doing the reps and getting the experience.
Cool.
But you like
Pick
same
a
mental.
reputable company.
You're good at
Yeah,
sales.
just reputable company. Okay, that's the thing. Because I was like, well, in my mind, I was thinking, well, what reputable company would hire a newbie? But then I'm like, well, I'm sure they're looking for fresh talent all the time, especially if you can deliver eventually.
Well, people generally with sales experience is what matters. So people are going to be really reluctant to hire someone who has no experience in sales, regardless of your previous experience. You could be a PhD, a fucking like top engineer at Boeing. If you don't have sales experience, it's going to be a point against your favor. So you might not be able to get a job right away, but your first job might be commission only. Like my first job was commission only. So it might take you a bit to build that up. You have to build up that sales experience. But all sales managers look for is experience and ability to deliver. And if you're a guy who's just starting in sales, that's a massive point against you. They're going to be a little reluctant to take a chance on you, so that you're going to might have to work commission only in the beginning.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. Let's add. We got this guy. He's been waiting for a while. All right, my favorite, the Godfucker.
Yes, this is Ultimated Judeo-Christian YouTuber. Based off our private messages, you want to engage me on Judeo-Christian / biblical presuppositionalism?
We had a debate already, bro.
Yes, however, you may be reverting back to atheism. I've stated this many times.
My position has stayed the same. I'm still agnostic. I was agnostic when we talked, and I'm still agnostic.
Wait, aren't you Jewish though, Alex?
Ethnically, yeah, culturally, but not like religiously. I'm agnostic. I'm half Jewish ethnically, but I'm
Oh,
not.
okay. I understand.
Well, agnosticism is fallacious because it references God within the title, along with atheism. God has revealed himself to us, backing premise 1 of my syllogism, if you remember, biblically / awesomely, God's definitionally ultimate truthful love. Responses?
Yeah, you can mention things without actually being that thing. Like I can talk about aliens without actually believing that aliens exist. I can talk about UFOs without believing UFOs visited. I can talk about flat earthism without actually believing the earth is flat. So yeah, I don't know that argument does you any favors.
That's you responded with fallaciousness again because you committed a category error.
I don't know if you know what that word
Stop
means.
interrupting me. Stop interrupting me.
Stop it.
Aliens, stop interrupting me. Allow me to
Whoa,
respond.
one at a time.
You
I'll
reference-
moderate one at a time.
You reference aliens. That would be a label to a temporality. God is in a different category as he is ultimate truthful love. So you can't be neutral on his existence as he has revealed himself to us through sacred theology / revealed theology. So premise 1 still remains standing against you. Biblically / awesomely, God's definitionally ultimate truthful love. Respond.
Well, God has never revealed himself to me. He hasn't done that yet. So like I can't be as sure as you because again, he hasn't revealed himself to me. So I'm sorry, but I'm not a believer yet. But if he ever reveals himself to me, then I will become a believer. Okay, thanks.
What
just
about that one
referenced
time when
God.
you were a kid, Alex?
Hang on, you're supposed to be the moderator, and yes, when you were a baby, you would have been known of God's existence.
Well, when I was a baby, I don't remember because my memories didn't start until I was like 5 or 6 years old. So I don't remember anything that happened when I was a baby. Okay.
Wait, all right. So can you simplify what you were saying because you used a lot of big words, and like it went over people's heads. So can you like simplify your position?
Maybe your head. So try to refrain from speaking on behalf of other people. So I will simplify premise 1. I'll restate it first. Biblically / awesomely, God's definitionally ultimate truthful love. So what I mean by that is God is an ultimate fact, backing the law of identity that A equals A. So the first A would be God. The second A would be a definition to God, an ultimate fact. Thus, premise 1 is an ultimate fact. So you just have to accept that before we move on to premise 2.
You're just talking without like saying anything. I've never seen someone who's so good at like using words without actually making a single point.
Not an argument.
You're just literally speaking gibberish right now. So yeah, I don't know, bro.
Wait, do you guys have a debate scheduled or no?
No, you just jumped on.
I think they already had it.
Can you summarize my justification just recently?
Bro,
Your justification is that because like because God has revealed himself to us through like the Bible, therefore he exists, and because
you reference the Bible,
because you say the word God, that means you're a believer. So you can't be an agnostic or atheist. You have to believe in me, and you have to have sex with God, and you have to not let him wear condoms because he doesn't like that. Okay.
Again, it's not a belief; it's an ultimate fact, and I didn't reference the Bible in premise 1. Biblically has multiple meanings. For example, the adverb biblically can mean awesomely. That's why I stated biblically / awesomely. Premise 2
you're begging the question with your premise. So like that's
you haven't heard the conclusion. You haven't heard.
You're still begging.
I can't be begging the question if you haven't heard out the conclusion.
Oh my god!
I'll read out the entire syllogism.
No, please don't read out. Please don't.
You can't.
The thing where you.
I have to read it out.
Oh
you just asserted begging.
No,
I'm not begging the question.
Okay, like are you guys like
begging.
wait? Are you guys like actually trying to debate, or are you just gonna troll him, Alex?
This is a debate.
All right, I won't moderate it then. I won't moderate.
I'm not gonna actually debate someone who's like straight up crazy and claims to have sex.
Hang on, don't slander me. I can't be. Stop interrupting me. I can't be begging the question. Stop interrupting me. I can't be begging the question because I haven't laid out the conclusion.
I appreciate what you're doing. I'm a big fan of God too, but like you're using like a lot of jargon that people people
You're
that
not on the hot seat.
We're
You're
like-
not on the hot seat.
like
Allow,
a
stop
lot of us-
bringing in other
You're
people.
interrupting? Didn't you say
Oh,
earlier not to
a
interrupt?
lot of us like don't go to
Interrupting
church,
Dennis?
and
That's
you're
He
not
said he's
using,
not
like,
going to. He
That's
said
not
he
very
doesn't want
godly
to.
of you. You're not being
He
very
said he's
godly
gonna.
right now.
He said he's going to refrain or something like that.
Well, maybe he changed his mind. People allowed to do that. Okay.
I can't be. I'm trying to get across this point. I can't be begging the question because I haven't laid out the conclusion of the syllogism yet.
But you could-
So
you could-
I
you
will.
you could-
Wait. Let me
you could
ask him a
be
question.
godly,
So like, what's your goal of coming on here? Like, is your goal to convince us to like pray to God, or what's your like end goal?
So the purpose of this is to promote love for God and bring some conscious creatures Christianly / lovingly closer to Him and the Christian
all
Standard
you're
Bible.
doing is like bringing me further away from God, because I look at your people and I think, oh my God, these people are crazy because they say they have sex with God. So can you like tell us more about your intercourse with God? Like, do you have a big
Okay,
feeling?
Alex, let's actually try to make this a useful conversation. Me and you were talking about how I found God again and how it helped my life a lot, and it helps a lot of people's life. In the Bible, Jesus says you judge a tree by its fruit, you know? So all the Christians I know are usually like some of the happiest, like most nice people I've ever met. Would you agree with that? They're just like very loving, very caring, very like, they're like legitimately happy, you know?
I think that there's, okay, first of all, I'm going to preface what I'm going to say by saying the fact that you and I can have a discussion about God because you're not a crazy person, but you can't really have discussions with crazy people who claim that God fucks them in the ass. That's the first thing. But
I was just trying to make it more
Please
productive.
refrain
You know?
from any.
but it's like
We're
my
both
channel,
YouTubers
so I
here.
can, like,
Yeah, we're
I can-
both YouTubers here. So just
I
take into
can,
account that I have an audience as well.
but like I can do what I want because it's my channel. So thank you.
Well, can you at least address the argument instead of switching the topic?
Well, I'm about to if you stop interrupting me. Thank you. Anyway, so Dennis, yeah, I think that I do think there's some element of truth to the fact that religious people are generally happier than non-religious people, which is why I sometimes wished I could be religious. So yes, I do think there's an element of truth to that. In terms of that like religious people are like better people than non-religious people, I haven't really seen any evidence for that. If you show me some kind of study, you could convince me that people who are religious on average are like more ethical than non-religious people. But I've seen a lot of religious people who are extremely non-ethical, and I've seen a lot of non-religious people who are extremely ethical. So yeah, you'd have to show me some kind of evidence that shows on average like religious people are like more ethical than non-religious people. But I will grant you that I think that religious people are on average happier than non-religious people because it gives your life purpose. But I think you could compensate for that just by having another purpose in your life. So I think it comes down to having a purpose. Having a purpose makes you happy. So if your purpose is religion, that's going to make you happy, but you can have a different purpose. Your purpose could be your family. Your purpose could be starting a business. It's just, I think not having a purpose in your life kind of causes depression. So that's what I think it comes down to. But yeah, like I think that, you know, I've seen a lot of people who were like depressed and then they became religious and like they're happier now. So yeah, I think it just comes down to having a purpose.
Can you address the argument now? Premise one.
No, because like you're talking gibberish.
We
You said
changed
you're
the
going to address
subject
the
because
argument.
that
That
conversation wasn't getting anywhere, so we changed
You're
the subject.
interrupting me. Allow me to further simplify premise one. You've asked me the definition of premise one. I will simplify this more.
Simplify.
You want this to be like a productive conversation or not?
Stop interrupting. You said you didn't want to interject anymore.
Okay,
to
you can go.
paraphrase. So premise one, I'll restate premise one, and then
We already
I will
know that
simplify
A plus A equal, you know, A plus A.
I'll simplify an ultimate fact even more. So an ultimate fact is absolute, eternal, and revelatory.
That
God
means
is
nothing?
ages.
Like, you're
Hang
just
on, I'm not
talking
even
out your
finished yet.
ass?
I'm not even finished yet.
But did you
Stop
let God
interrupting me.
finish when he fucked you?
Stop
Like, who
interrupting me, please.
Like it's my channel.
You're
so
on
I
the
can
hot
talk
seat. You have to respond to this. You're possibly dodging.
you? Oh my God. Okay.
What question do you think Alex is
I'll give you. You know what? Like
Give me
even though I
t-
think you're like insufferable, I'll let you like make your point, and then I'll respond to it, and then I'll go back to trolling you. So go ahead.
So an ultimate fact is absolute, ageless, and revelatory. God is identical, backing the law of identity. A is A, so God equals an ultimate fact, and vice versa.
What's
Thus,
the law of
pre-
identity?
Bro, you're just like, again, you're talking gibberish. Like you said, you're going to simplify, and you're still like talking. Okay, let me try
then
this.
I'll simplify it more.
Я тебе начну говорить по-русски, потому что ты меня не будешь понимать, потому что
You
я тебя
speak English,
понимаю.
please. If
Oh, so I have to use English, but you don't have to use English. Okay.
I'm speaking English,
Yeah, you're speaking straight up gibberish, bro. You're making zero sense.
I will simplify it even more, Dan. So,
Can you just speak?
what I
Okay,
mean,
can you just
hang on.
like speak?
Let me give you some advice. If you're actually trying
without using weird fucking jargon that no one fucking
I will
understands.
simplify it. I will
simple
break
point.
it down more.
Like
I will make it. I will
coherent human being.
I will simplify it even more, and then I'll simplify it again if you don't understand the.
This
following
isn't helping your
argument.
cause.
Hang on, stop interrupting me.
This
You're
is making
interrupting.
people like,
Stop
"Oh,
interrupting. Stop
I'm
interrupting.
the moderator. I'm the
Stop.
moderator. This is not helping your point. Like, this is making people turn away from like
Stop bringing in other
from God
people.
because you're like being like judgmental, and you're not.
I'm not being judgmental.
Like, if you're being
Yes, I am.
friendly,
I'm God's best friend. I'm
If you're
God's
being-
best friend.
but like you're attacking Alex. If you're being friendly to him,
I'm not attacking.
you
I'm
know?
simplifying him. I'm simplifying the statement. You're
You
interrupting.
just sound a
can't
little
slander me.
angry. You sound a
I'm
little
not.
angry.
I'm being very serious.
Because he hasn't gone laid
So-
ever. Because his only fuck
So
buddy
hang
is
on. Hang on. You've asked me to simplify this, to paraphrase. So I will do that. So what I mean by absolute is that God is infinite in size defaultly. What I mean by infinite in size is that God has the ability to be omnipresent. What I mean by omnipresent is that God can know all things at all places, as he is not contingent on anything outside of himself.
Okay,
We are contingent.
Wait, can I ask him something? So say
let me just respond real quick. You're describing characteristics of God, which are all fair and fine, but I'm not convinced of God's existence. So the fact that you're describing all these characteristics mean absolutely nothing to me.
It has to, because only a mind can be absolute, because free will is singular through the law and spiritual law of cause and effect.
Yeah, you're going back to doing.
Wait, let me ask him a question. Okay, so say I'm an atheist, right? And I want to start learning more about God. How would you recommend I start learning about it?
Well, firstly, your question is loaded because there is no such thing as an atheist, because atheism presupposes God as he is ultimate truthful love. So to address
it wasn't a trick
Alex again.
It wasn't a trick question. Like, if someone doesn't know about God, how would you recommend they start learning, you know?
We have to be taught of the proper noun God. However, we know by default an ultimate.
Did you say God is gender neutral last time? You said God was gender neutral, right?
We will get to that. I'm trying to stay on one topic at a time.
Well, I actually have a question for you. You said God is. I want to explore your logic. You said God is like what do you say?
Omnipresent.
Omnipresent, right? And he knows everything, right?
Yes.
Does that mean God knows what it's like to get fucked in the ass?
You know, you just answered your own question.
I don't think this debate is going to get anywhere. Like,
stop interrupting. You stop poisoning the well, moderator.
Bro, this is not productive at all.
Stop poisoning the well, moderator. Wait your turn, moderator.
So God does know what it's like to get fucked in the ass?
So God knows all things without having to experience all things.
So he does know what it's like to get fucked in the ass, right?
That's a different topic. Address.
Well, I'm bored of your topic. I want to talk about this topic.
Wait.
Well, you're possibly dodging.
Wait.
Are you dodging my ultimative syllogism? Proving
I'm just getting really.
I'm trying to make this productive. Okay,
I think you're dodging.
Productive. So your goal is to help. Is to bring people to God. I respect that goal. So can you talk about like what God can do in your life? Like if I'm an atheist and I start like wanting to connect with God, how is that going to change my life?
Dennis, you're asking logical questions for a crazy person.
It's loaded. And
bro, it's not a trick question. I'm trying to like make it a productive conversation.
You said you were moderating a debate.
Ultimate Judeo-Christian doesn't like
this is a debate.
I will address the question. I will address the question, and then I'll go back to you, Alex.
Because God doesn't like to.
Wait, let him address the question, Alex.
Go ahead.
So I'm doing this to bring people closer to God. Everybody knows God exists.
And how
So
will
you
that
misread-
help
you-
people in their life? How will that help people?
Because God is the source of all possibilities and impossibilities. He is the greatest being conceivable. So it is wise to have a relationship with him as I do. Hence, I'm God's best friend. God is touching the
How
left
has
side
he
of my
how
head.
has he helped you in your life? Like, can
But
you give?
you guys
how
are
has he
you guys are
helped you
more
in
than
your life?
friends, right? You said you're more than friends. You guys have sex.
We go through the motions of it. I'm trying to keep this G-rated or at least
No, you don't have to. On my channel, you can be
PG-rated.
very X-rated. So you go through the motions of it. So it's like, is there penetration involved, or is it just like foreplay?
I have a YouTube channel, so we have to.
Do you
talk
have
about
an
that later
OnlyFans too?
after.
Do you have an OnlyFans with
It's a
God?
video of him like
Let me
sucking
to
cock
address,
sticks.
allow me
Just do
to
it.
address one question at a time. So I'm trying to stay on the argument. If you want to talk about my relationship with God, then just ask God those questions. It doesn't matter.
But when I
if
ask
you
God
don't-
about like how you guys have sex, he doesn't say anything. So I want to ask you because God is being a little
That's
shy
not-
right now.
That's not my problem, because you even if I was to go into thorough detail on my relationship with God, you can just reject it. So it doesn't
Well, I'm
matter
just
if you
really
believe me or
curious.
not
I
in
want to hear about
regards.
your experience about how you and God have sex. It's just so much more interesting than like the boring shit they're coming out of your mouth. So can you tell me a little bit about how you and God have sex? Thank you. And I won't interrupt. Don't worry.
So okay, so we're disconnected from the argument, just to clarify.
We are disconnected from the argument. Yes. So let's talk about your sex life with God. Thank you.
Okay, I'll just introduce myself and then to clarify things. So I'm an ultimated Judeo-Christian. I have vowed to live sinless to our Heavenly Father. God has made it known to me through special revelation that I'm his best friend. So God and I go through the motions of sex. God
Okay,
is
but
touching the left side of my head now.
Wait,
I
isn't
know-
that why God created woman so we can have sex with woman and not him?
No, God declared marriage good because people give into the temptation of sex. So he declared marriage good. But ultimately, we are to love God with all that we have. That's the greatest commandment in Matthew 22, verse 36.
But that's like the
40.
love I have for my mom or the love I have for my dad. Like, I'm not trying to fuck them. It's not like a sexual love.
Yeah, please don't try to bring up that sort of topic. But I will address your question.
God told
but-
me that I'm not allowed to talk about the dirty things we do in bed. I was a little shy.
That's between you and him. He doesn't want you to kiss and tell.
He doesn't like it when I kiss and tell. Okay, and if you make me talk about it, he's not gonna give me his loads all over my face. So thank you.
You've only got yourself to blame. You can reach out to God at any time, but
God, can you please tell me about ultimate Judeo-Christian sex life with you? Thank you. What's that? Yeah, he takes it in the ass. Oh yeah. Oh shit. It's that small, huh? Fuck. All right. Yeah, I guess I got some input on it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for this guy to break character. I don't think this is for.
Oh,
real.
this is who I am. This is who I am.
No fucking
Yes,
way.
it is.
Not a
I've got
chance.
over 200 plus videos. If you look at my youtube.com ministry,
This
I have
is-
over
this is
200
different.
plus
I'm
videos. With 9 hours plus
Like, I'm
videos.
waiting for like the punchline. Like, just fucking with you guys. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
this is
not.
not
You just
being like a
asked-
productive. This is not a
Hang
productive
on.
conversation.
It is. It is. You don't poison the well. So you're all on the hot seat still.
Bro,
So
I'm
I will
trying to
continue-
help
hang
you.
on,
like,
hang
no one's-
on,
I want
hang
people to
on.
turn
I'm
to
a-
God
I'm
too. I'm trying to help
I'm
you. And like,
responding to the host. Alex has asked me to go into this, which I am doing. So God and I go through a lot of things in our relationship. I can ask God a question and he will move my head up and down in response to a yes or left to right in response to a no. So I know who's going to his new kingdom or not. And unfortunately, you know, the
is
people
Alex
I'm talking-
going?
Yeah.
Is Alex gonna go to heaven? He's a nice guy. He helps a lot of people get laid for free. He's a nice guy.
Alex, you're agnostic. You said.
I am agnostic.
So,
Dennis,
Alex,
you're Christian.
when you and
said?
God,
Self-proclaimed.
God
Dennis,
have
you're
sex,
Christian?
when you and God have sex, who's the top and who's the bottom?
It goes both ways. So
Oh.
somebody else has asked
Switch hitter, switch
You're
hitter.
going,
Oh shit.
Dennis, you
so
said
you
you're a
know,
Christian?
So, like, how do you guys decide who's going to be at the top and who's going to be at the bottom? And isn't that like kind of gay? Like, I thought the whole point of Christianity was not to be gay. Isn't it kind of gay to like get fucked in the
there's
ass?
different. That can mean happy as well.
I'm
So,
talking about like,
look,
homosexual, like dude
this
on
can
dude,
go-
dick on dick.
It gets me a little
Yes.
mad because, you know, I think like if people like turn to God and turn to religion, it can help a lot. But like people like him, like they're not helping. They're like making
I
it
am.
worse. They're
I'm
making it like, oh, those Jesus people are crazy. Like they're crazy, and it's making people like turn away from it. You know,
You're talking to an agnostic
No.
guy, a Christian guy, and an atheist, and all three of us think you're crazy, man.
A self-proclaimed agnostic. I'm an ultimated Judeo-Christian.
Like, we
have the
Don't
same
poison
goal.
the well. Don't
Homie,
interrupt me.
You just said that
If you
God-
slander, I will. Every time you slander me, I will interject. I do this as a hobby.
Alex,
200
this
plus
is his
videos.
channel now.
can
man.
you turn on your
Hostile
camera?
takeover.
So it's
Can
like,
you turn on your
oh
camera?
yeah, that's good. Let's turn on the camera.
I don't have to turn on my camera.
But like, why
God
not?
told me that you do. I just talked to God. He just said you have to turn on your camera. So thank you.
No,
Why not?
God hasn't revealed his face. Jesus hasn't. There's no depiction on what he looks like, so I don't have to
But there
reveal my
actually
face
many
because
depictions
people would
of-
bear false witness. People would bear false witness. If I was to put myself on camera, people would take a screenshot and bear false witness and say this person did that.
This
as
person
to
said that he
defame
has sex
me.
with God.
You
And
you
that
watch
makes him a
porn? Like you watch
person?
porn?
Only God porn.
No, I don't do. I'm an ultimated Judeo-Christian. That already addresses your question.
Okay,
So,
let's just cut the cap. Here's what really happened. So, ultimate Judeo-Christian is an in the closet gay
Ultimated.
guy, which is there's nothing wrong with
Don't
that.
slander.
He's in the closet. Well, I'll just do whatever the fuck I want. Thank you.
Don't slander.
Basically, there's a dude who he calls God, who dresses up with a weird outfit and comes over every night and fucks him in the ass. And sometimes they take turns. They're
Don't
switch hitters.
slander.
And he thinks that it's actually God, but it's actually some other gay guy who's having his way with him.
Don't slander.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being homosexual, unlike you. I
Don't
think
slander.
it's okay. I just
Don't
think you should
slander.
get out of the
Don't
closet.
slander.
Like, stop
Don't
doing this
slander.
weird shit.
Don't sin.
80%.
Don't sin.
I'm gonna mute
Don't-
you because it's my stream, you dumb motherfucker. And so I think it's like kind of weird, and I think you should just like
Don't
come out of the
sin.
closet. I'm just gonna remove
God
you.
unmuted him.
I think it's kind of weird that like you're just like secretly in the closet gay dude. I think you should just come out of the closet. You'll be happier. You don't have to pretend like you're having sex with this dude named God because it's actually some other gay dude that's fucking an ass. I'm sorry. Just how I feel. Sorry, buddy. I don't mean to make fun of crazy people. I think you need medicine. I think you need a lot of medicine. You should go to a doctor. Thank you. I'll let you back on to give your last closing thoughts, and then I'm gonna kick you off once again because you're like super duper annoying and everyone hates you. Go ahead.
Closing thoughts. Here we go.
Your heart's in the right place.
I
Like
had
your
to
heart's
unmute.
in the right place. You're just not good at communicating.
But your butthole's in the wrong place.
If you bear false witness, if you sin, I will interrupt you. I'm helping you out here. You're going against one of the 10 commandments. Don't bear false witness against your neighbor. So don't take it personal if I'm interrupting you. So do you want to talk about the arguments previously or my relationship with
He wants
God?
you to give a closing statement.
Yeah, we're closing thoughts. The whole chat is getting bored.
Well, you don't know that, so I will give a closing in respect to you. So this is Ultimated Judeo-Christian YouTuber. My youtube.com channel is the same as my StreamYard avatar here, so it shouldn't be too hard to follow. I have an email address linked if you want to engage me on Judeo-Christian /biblical presuppositionalism. I'm happy enough to pay you so long you upload the footage to your youtube.com channel. If you have a
How much are you paying?
It depends on your subscriber count.
I have
So
like
if
I have like 200 subscribers.
Nice.
Then I'll pay around $10 US.
Damn.
Oh.
It's a lot of money, Dennis. You should be happy with that. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Ultimate Judeo-Christian. Always a pleasure. Have a good one. Try to see a psychiatrist.
You should watch this back and like see how like
I'm done with that, guys. Just fucking.
it just sucks because like he's making like it look bad. He's making like religion look bad and people turn away from it.
Did
obviously.
Jake get back to you, dude?
Alex,
yeah,
have you read this book, The Power of Positive Thinking?
Okay.
No.
Jake, I'm trying to reach BMAC, but no luck.
Dude, what a crazy motherfucker. I mean, it's just kind of sad because he's like, obviously he's gay. Like, I think, I mean, not 100%, but you can tell by the voice and his mannerisms. Like, this dude is obviously in the closet. I've never heard any, like, even ultra religious people. Like, if you ask, like, Andrew from the Crucible, who's like ultra religious, if you say, like, yo, like, do you have sex with guys? He's gonna be like, what are you, fucking crazy? So, like, this clearly a dude who's like secretly in the closet, who's like projecting with religion, which is like really weird. He should just get some crazy people medication, come out of the closet, and go on Grindr. That's like, I feel like that's like the solution for this dude. But yeah, I don't know. He's gonna keep being crazy, I guess.
But dude, like you know who he is. He's probably not like he does this, and you bring him on.
Because it is good content, Ron.
All right, man. Hey, your channel.
No, man. I thought it would be quick, but then he was like, go off tangent.
Yeah, man. He just went on and on, and
I was trying to like lead it in like a productive spot so we can actually like have a productive conversation, but he would not like. I would throw him like easy answers, and he would not answer them. So.
Well, yeah. See, I've learned this that you can't really have rational discussions with crazy people. It's just impossible.
I thought he might be good faith, but I think you're right. Like he.
Well, it's not even
definitely not a mentally. I mean, he seemed somewhat stable, but like I don't know, his logic is like not there.
He seems insanely mentally unstable. He literally says that he has sex with God. And
okay, yeah, you're right.
I mean, yeah, he kind of alluded to that when he was saying you got to give God your everything. When you specifically said something sexual, and he's like, everything. And you're like, okay, that's what he means too. All right.
Yeah, I mean, this is like super fucking bizarre. There's like I see like there's one dude in the chat who's like, you were kind of rude to him. 100% I was a fucking dick to that guy because there's 0 point for me to logically engage with that dude because he's crazy. I learned for us to have a logical conversation, we need to like at least have some agreement on like the world we're living in. So if Dennis thinks that we live on fucking Venus and that fucking down is up, we're not going to be able to have a logical discussion, right? So this dude is like way too far off his rocker for us to have a logical discussion. And again, I didn't invite him on my channel. He came on. I would be different if I actually invited him. Then I'll probably treat him with more respect. But I would never invite this dude. But he just randomly jumped on, and that means that he's like, I'm gonna troll him because I'm getting like really fucking bored, and this dude's really fucking crazy. And I don't know.
Hey, there's Jake.
I don't see anything like engaging with this dude logically.
Dude, Jake's a handsome fucking guy, man.
Yeah, he looks good.
He's
like
pull chicks.
Looks was saying he's fat. He looked fine.
Yeah, no,
no homo.
Looks4L better watch out, man. Jake's gonna kill it.
Yo, you're muted, Jake.
Jake, yeah, man, we can't hear a fucking thing you're saying.
Motherfucker. I said, I don't worry about what dudes rate me, Dennis. So looks good.
I was just saying you look good, homie. Like, no homo.
I appreciate it, bud.
How old are you, Jake?
I'm 36.
Alex?
Yeah, so we just I think we just finally locked down the rules of the competition. Fucking even Looks4L was still bitching about that, but 21 to 28.
Sure.
My man.
Here's the thing, Alex. It's like we're gonna point at somebody. He's not gonna know. We're not gonna know.
Exactly.
Fucking 26, 28, 32. Like,
dude, in Miami, you can see a 32-year-old bitch like the hottest chick in the fucking place. Like, you're not gonna know.
Especially at night when it's dark and bar lighting, like you cannot see.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
No, I think the venue Alex is picking is gonna have light.
You see, this is a guy with good game. He's confident in himself. Like he's not worrying about any of that bullshit because he can like get results and he's confident. Like Looks is like, oh, we need this stipulation, that stipulation. Like that's not someone with good game in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I lost a small amount of respect for Looks with the whole fucking like bitching about the age thing. Like the rules are already set in his favor. Like 21 to 28. That was kind of pathetic. It's clearly, if anyone should be arguing with me, it should be Jake. Jake should be the one complaining, not Looks with that thing. Like clearly, I don't know how anyone could think that's not already like a handicap for Jake. That's clearly is. It's not a handicap for Looks. Like he seems to want to stack it so it's a massive handicap for Jake, and he has no handicap, which is again like not really fair.
Jake, did you hear him?
He was wilding out on fucking God, why am I forgetting the after party? Greg's stream. He was wilding out the other night on that. He's like, it shouldn't be over like 25. And I was like, dude, you can't be serious. Like,
but Jake, did you hear him earlier?
I didn't hear any of what he
Manhandle
said
you,
earlier.
man. He's gonna manhandle you apparently.
Oh, dude, yeah,
I'm
we were getting
he
into
will.
it.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah, we were getting into it over the
Too
rules.
funny.
Now, I do have one question for you, Alex. So here's my opinion of what I think is going to happen unless we don't have a plan for this. Is you're going to point at somebody, and he's gonna be like, "No, dude, she's not good enough," or "No, she's not, whatever, she's too old," or whatever. He's gonna.
Oh, I only like white chicks. I only like white chicks.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
I think what we need is I need to have supreme. I need to be like the dictator, meaning like if you have to treat me like God, but don't have sex with me. Like I'm gonna if I point to a girl, like you guys both have to, and I'm sure you will do that. So this more goes for looks. It's like you have to like go with that. There can't be any like discussion or debate about because then it's gonna just become a shit show, and everyone's gonna be like fucking yeah. So I think I need to have supreme decision making authority when it comes to the girls, and then we're gonna document, and then the whole chat afterwards can say if I was being unfair with my choosing, but I'm going to be under scrutiny because I know the whole thing is being documented. I'm going to try to be as fair as possible, but there can't be any like arguing with me because then it's just then if one person is arguing with me about the girl, then everyone's going to argue about every girl and we're going to get nowhere.
Looks4L doesn't seem like an agreeable person though.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so this is what I think could happen as well, Alex. So I just want to see how you want to handle this. Again, it's not gonna be a problem for me. You say this is the person, we'll go do it. I don't give a fuck. But like, if he disagrees with it, right, of the person, we have to maybe have. I don't know if Nitten's gonna be there with us or who else is gonna be part of this like process, but we have to have like an agreement on the like people like that are like outside of me and Looks4L. I'm like, who's gonna like go and not pick the girls, but like agree that the girl is attractive enough or whatever.
I could tag along, dude. When is this, in March?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's actually a good idea. There should be let's do a tribunal of 3. So it'll be me, Indian PE, and either like Ron or Natty or something like that, where it's like if you can if you don't like the choice I pick, you can appeal it, but then if the other people say it's there, you have to do it. So I think it should be like a committee process. It's like 2 out of 3, you have to approach the girl.
Jake,
that's fair.
Jake, I think it should be a point system. Like a phone number would be 5 points, a makeout would be 10 points, a poll would be 100 points, and you just run the night. Whoever has the most phone numbers kisses. We add up the points, and I think that's how you should determine the winner. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm open to whatever. I think the problem is that we one of the things we talked about was limiting the interaction time frame because it could get either boring or we'd have to edit it a lot. And I think what's going to happen is that we're not going to have any polls because I outside of
not with that attitude, Jake. Not with that attitude.
No, I think there should be. I think there needs to be a time limit because you can't have one guy spending an hour and a half with a girl and then we run out of time. There has to be a 5 minute.
That's what we're worried about.
Five or maybe 10 minute time limit. We can either 5 or 10 minutes, but it can't just be like, dude, one guy spends an hour and a half with a girl, the whole night is done. So, and I can't show that content. So it's like, yeah, we have to keep it like either 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we both, one of the few things that Looks and I both agree is volume is going to prove the point further. So yes. that's part of the issue is, we can't just do that. Like I'm very confident, especially in day game, that I could get an instant date pretty quickly. Like, but that won't be good content, to be honest with you.
I mean, it would.
No, it's first of all, it's pretty hard to videotape on Insta Day because think about it, you're like sitting coffee and there's some dude that's like fucking following you around with the camera, so it makes videotaping harder. And yeah, also like no, it's just. Because this is all going to be pre-recorded, right? And then because I have to edit out the privacy information, and then I have to, I wanted to put this together, make this whole video like maybe an hour long, like a documentary or something. But if we're doing like hour sets, then there's no way I can make this like 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense. What are some of the challenges they did on like Mystery Show or like Keys to the VIP? How did they run the challenges?
I don't know. I think it was actually very similar to what I'm prescribing. There was a time limit, And 2, it was like you had to get the girl's phone number, and like they just added one more thing to it, like you'd have to get the girl's phone number while insulting her or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Remove that, but I think it was actually very similar. It was like, it was 1, there was a time limit, and 2, you had to get the girl's number. They weren't really looking for polls. Let's have Mr. Slave. I guess he wants to chat. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, sorry for the new profile picture. I've been asked to scrub my old owner off the internet.
Oh yeah, Nicole DM'd me asking me the same thing, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay, I mean, she's
What?
just asking. So
No, I know. I mean, yeah, she can ask, but yeah, there's just too much content I would have to remove.
Yeah, I
but
understand.
what I could do is I could try to remove her. I'll try to remove her Instagram if she ever mentioned it, so there's no way you could get linked to her.
Yeah, whatever you can do, anything would be good. Whatever it is. It's not the end of the world.
Are you sad about Nicole? Like, do you miss her? Did you cry when you broke up with her?
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't talk about it. I have a new owner. You can ask me about my new owner.
No, like how emotional because like after breakups, guys get emotional. So after like a slave, like domineer relationship, is it like, did you get emotional?
She's my best friend. She's the best friend I've ever had. Does that answer your question?
So you cried a little?
She's still my best friend, so I haven't lost her.
But yeah, you don't want to talk about it. It's cool.
It's not up to me, It's
who's the new owner? Is it like are you gonna?
I was trying to buy Mr. Slave. I would have bought him.
I've been purchased. I've been transferred to Goddess Lily. She's
Goddess.
incredible.
We
Yeah,
talked a lot about
Goddess.
that today.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get her on the stream, or is she like?
I'm trying. It's moving forward slowly but surely. Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay. How do you even meet a new owner? Like, how does that process work? Is there like an app you guys use or a website or something?
No, they one transferred me to the other. I've been transferred.
It's probably like a community.
They're best friends. My old and new owners are best friends, so they just basically have been sold. I was gifted.
What, it's sold? Like there's money exchange? Like she like pays Nicole like $10,000 or something?
No, I don't. It's not as far as I know.
Okay, dude, that would be like straight up slavery. Like you're selling human beings for money. Like that is like that's like the pinnacle of slavery. Hey, I'm gonna sell you my slave for $5,000.
Yeah, I don't think I'm worth $5,000 because there's a line of slaves.
Come on, man,
Slaves are
don't
free.
short.
Slaves are like sperm. There's too many of us.
What are your thoughts on the contest, Mr. Slave?
I think you have a good shot. I think you're
Jake?
amazing.
Oh, Jake or Dennis?
Dennis.
Wait, Dennis.
I haven't seen
Dennis
Jake.
is
Yeah,
good?
Jake, we need
Yeah.
to get to speed.
Yeah, Alex, can we finalize that? Can we finalize me coming?
Alex,
I only saw Dennis game.
It's a proposal. I mean, how do you feel about that, Jake?
I don't care. It works for me. It doesn't.
So we're
Look
just
for
if you
Al
think
said
it'll be
Dennis
better
is too good
content,
looking
fuck it,
to join. So
we just need to get Looks4L on board with the idea. So because I feel like if you like,
Bro,
if
who
I
cares
just,
what he thinks?
but because then he's just gonna drop out and use that as an excuse. Alex changed up the rules on me. That's the problem.
Bro, it's not changing the rules. It's just adding a new person.
I know, but I can
And
just
like the chat wants to see it, like we took a vote.
Alex and I have to deal with on the back end of this.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Alex, has Looks agreed?
He agreed to the competition with Jake. He has not agreed to the Dennis part
So
yet.
don't change anything. Don't give
But,
him an
like,
excuse.
Isn't
No,
this
no,
a
no.
Exactly.
democracy?
I agree with you.
The audience voted Alex, and they wanted to see it.
Dennis, hold on. Alex, Looks is the most difficult. He's the weakest link. Whatever you agree to, don't change anything. Get it done with him against Jake, exactly as you agreed. And after that, you can have another competition with anyone you want. Because he's the flakiest by
Yeah,
far.
I'm with Slave on this. I have to
Bro,
agree.
that shows you everything you need to know. Basically, if he was
We
so
know.
confident, he wouldn't
We
care.
know, Dennis. We know. We know.
We just need to put this on footage. You know?
Exactly. So
Yeah, I think I can. I'm going to try to talk him into it, but I'm not going to insist because if I insist, he's just going to use it as an excuse to back out, and then the whole competition ends.
Or
Even-
just don't tell him. Just have me
Don't
slide.
tell
I'll
him.
just come and show up the day,
I
like you know.
Dennis, I can't do
No.
that. I can't do that.
Oh, Dennis is so scary. Like
Dennis, you are scary, especially to looks. No, Alex, I wouldn't touch a thing. Anything would give him an excuse to bail. I would.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Slave on that point. I think
I'm in
he
the
would
same
just use
boat
that as an excuse to bail, and then it would be like, I want this to be so that if he bails, it's like it's 100% positive that he was the one that was in the wrong. So if
yes,
he bails, there's like no excuse he can make. He has to be like, yeah, I just fucking bailed. So like,
exactly.
and if he's already thinking about bailing, which is what I think he's already like 50-50 about the competition. So if I add anything, he can just use that as an excuse to bail, but he was already trying to bail initially. I just don't want to give him that excuse.
all
So,
right, find me someone else to compete against, or let me compete against winner.
Yeah, we can do that. Or you can come for the Ron versus BMAC competition.
Yeah, I've been trying to get BMAC to get on. He's not saying anything, man.
That's this month, you
I
said?
think he's pussying it like he's a pussy too, man. He's not gonna show up.
Oh man, we're gonna get.
No, it's not. He will. I already bought his motherfucking plane ticket, so you better.
God damn it, dude. Hey, next competition, make it in Hawaii, bro. Just
No, next competition, I'm gonna stop promising people plane tickets.
I can fly my own way out, Alex. I'm not broke.
Yeah, I know that. That's why you notice I haven't promised you a plane ticket.
So
plane
who's this BMAC guy? Is he some kind of like pickup artist that I should know about?
Dude, there's a whole story with that. He's this dude.
I mean, apparently
he
he's a
waves
big
around
Mac.
this like championship belt or some shit.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he's a fucking character. He like came on for a speed date, and it was like really, really cringe. So I kind of like,
Ooh, really?
Then,
Shit.
okay, wait. So hang on. I don't make fun of people who go on a speed date and they perform poorly, but I do make fun of people who say they're dating coaches and perform poorly. So he said he's a dating coach and he like really bombed. So I was like, really, dude? Like, are you sure you're a fucking dating coach?
He has a belt, dude.
Yeah, and so then he like and then he came back and then he got into a massive fucking argument with Duke, and that's what kicked off the competition. And then Duke didn't want to do it anymore due to other reasons.
Did you notice in the chat he was like trying to pick the venue, and we're like, dude, what are you doing? Like we know the spot to go to, and he's like, no, but I heard about this one. I'm like, man, are you looking for excuses? Like, what kind of a place are you looking for?
No, to defend BMAC, I think he is very committed because he has been extremely enthusiastic about making this competition happen, which is the exact opposite of Looks4L. Because I feel like I've been kind of chasing looks a little bit. Me and Jake have been chasing looks versus BMAC. He was the one like kind of chasing me to make it happen.
All right, man.
No, I think that one I think is like 99% going to happen. The one with Looks4L, I feel even if we don't change anything, I still think there's like a 30% chance he might like back out.
Yeah,
but then,
bitch.
But that will be a win anyway for pickup if he backs out. So.
Yeah. And then after the pickup contest, can we have a boxing contest as well? Let me knock him out.
What would that prove, though?
I mean,
it would make for some good content.
I could see the title you'll have for like Looks4L and versus Jake, like
and then one of you got
whatever. But what
and then Looks4L hits his head, and then he sues me for like $1 million for I don't know.
Bro, have like little.
We would need some kind of waivers and shit like that. I need to have like my fucking lawyer like look that over. I feel like it's like a lawsuit in the making. I already went through one lawsuit debacle. I ain't trying to go through another one.
I guess for me and BMAC, it'd be like dating coach versus Normie from Miami.
Yeah. I'll think of an interesting way to like market that.
Did you see that Valuetainment episode?
With who?
Your Brazilian friend.
Yeah, I saw small parts of it.
It was funny. He was like, "Oh yeah, like I care about women. I like want a relationship," and it was just funny.
Did he get any did anyone give him any shit during the stream, or was like pretty?
I think people were like making like what do you call it? Like they would pay for comments to be read. Like, oh, he likes LGBT members, and like they read a couple, but after that they didn't read any. So
that's kind of lame that they didn't read the super chats.
Yeah, but I was just wondering.
Because they did when we did the thing with me, Destiny, and fucking what's her name, the tall chick, just Pearly Things. They read out like some really harsh super chats against Destiny. Like some of the people were like really fucking going on him. So they're clearly okay with reading like some super chats. So I wonder if like again, I'm just highly speculating right now, but I wonder if there was some kind of a deal that was made where like they wouldn't read the super chats.
I mean, you know how he is. He probably did like weasel something like, oh, I don't want any slander, like this and that. But we don't have to talk about him with like, your situation.
Yeah. Let's not get into that because it's another lawsuit I don't want on my hands. But yeah,
it was a good episode. It was funny.
Alex, did you talk about Colombia at all at the beginning of the stream or not?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How was it?
It was good, but I didn't go there for like to like fuck a bunch of girls or threesomes. I went there for a medical reason, so I was there so it was good.
I didn't
but
know if you talked about that or not.
It wasn't like that type of trip. I think.
Can you not get that treatment in America?
No, there's like some restrictions around stem cells in America. So you can do certain types of stem cells in America, but not the kind they have, which I think are much better kind. There's like the umbilical cord, which are able to be umbilical cord golden cells. So basically what fucking sucks is like America has some really fucking dumb restrictions around that stuff. So what they do in other countries is they'll have like a donor donate, right? And then they take those stem cells and they look at them under a microscope and they take the good ones, cut out the bad ones, and they take the really good ones and replicate them, right? They're called the golden cells, right? In America, you can't do that. You can't alter it. So it's like you have to take the good, the medium, and the bad, right? So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I think like Colombia and Panama has like way better stem cell
So my understanding of it is like when a fetus is growing, like the cells don't have like a determination yet, so they can like eat anything, you know what I'm saying? So then they just shoot those into you, and like wherever your body needs it, then it will go there and like make whatever cells it needs to.
Yeah, that's like the very, very like short version of it, but yeah, that's correct generally.
Alex, when do you know if it was a success or not?
They told me it would take like at least a month, and like it could take up to 3 or 4 months for me to notice a difference. So yeah, I think I have like at least another month to wait.
I thought you were going there for your hair to get your hair fixed.
Nah, that I would do in America. You can do all that in America. I'm actually planning on doing that in the next like 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
How old are you, Alex?
33.
God damn it, I'm the oldest one on here. Fuck. How old are you, Slave? Oh, Slave's not. Slave.
I cannot dox myself.
Slave is old.
20s.
I'm very old, but I cannot tell you how old.
How old do you guys think I am? Since
You're less than 1,000, I can tell.
I thought
you got me. Huh?
I thought you were 28.
Nah.
Yeah, I think you're probably 36, 37.
Oh, damn, Alex, pretty good. Yeah, 38.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was always a good subject to bring up with the ladies, and then they're like, "You got to show me your driver's license." I'm like,
"Oh yeah, I know."
Wait, Ron, how do you get black hair like that? Did you
black
dye
hair?
it?
I was born with it, man.
Yeah, dude, it's genetics, bro.
No, but at 38, you don't start graying.
I have some grays, like genetics. Here and there,
Do you pluck it out? Do you pluck out the gray?
No, I don't pluck them out, bro. I'm trying to like look more mature.
Oh, do you have like a face routine?
No, man. It's just good genetics, I guess. I don't know.
His face routine is that he has God like take massive loads.
There you go. That's it. God's load right here.
Are you Indian or what's your ethnic background?
My dad's Cuban and my mom's Colombian.
Oh, for sure.
Born.
Oh, so you're gonna have an edge. You're gonna have an edge in Miami then.
Oh yeah, I know, bro.
You get the Spanish.
You know, Bad Bunny.
Oh, you speak Spanish?
I just start singing along, bro. Forget it. Done deal.
You speak Spanish, Ron?
Of course, man. Claro que sí.
Oh yeah, that will definitely give you an advantage.
Yeah.
I wonder if do you think we should try to control for that? Do you think we should make like a no Spanish?
I don't know. It seemed like BMAC was worried about that for some reason. I guess he wanted more like mixed race. He wants to be able to approach some black chicks, and I get it. But I don't know. The Wharf does have some black chicks. You
Yeah,
know.
dude, there's fucking
Yeah.
black chicks everywhere. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. It's
Wait,
not like
Ron,
I
Ron.
don't know.
Those are not your teeth.
These are my teeth. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, they are.
Wait,
Mr.
you're
Slade,
visible.
you're laying it out pretty thick on Ron.
Hold
That,
on, hold
man,
on.
yeah, you
Wait,
make
Ron,
me blush,
Ron.
dude.
Wait, Ron. You got
I don't
visible
think your
abs?
handlers are gonna be
By
happy
the end
with
of
that.
the stream, Ron's gonna end up the owner of Mr. Slade.
Gonna have a leash on my neck.
Wait, Ron. Do you have visible abs?
I do. I do.
You do?
Yeah, take your shirt off. Show us.
I'm not gonna do
prove
that
it.
here, man.
Oh, are you lying or something? Like, are you lying? Just show us real quick.
Yes, I'm lying. Check my
Guys, if
my
you want to
Tinder
do gay
profile. There,
stuff,
you'll
we
see
gotta
that.
get that other dude back on. Like, you can't do gay stuff
That's
without him.
wild. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I don't know for looks. I don't know what his Spanish competency is. Mine's like mediocre because my family's from Spain. But
No, but in Miami, the girls love white guys. They're like, ay mira, es a gringo. No, they'll love it.
I don't want to give looks any more ammo. But like, I know
It's two white
I
guys.
know how
You
to
guys
talk
will be
to
fine.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
I was at the club yesterday and I met these Colombian girls. Like they're like, we know speaking English, so I used like the Google Translate technique, and it was like it worked very well. You know, we were both like into it, and you know, like when I give her the phone, it like builds the sexual tension. Like, what is she gonna text? You know, it was really fun. I didn't think it would work that well, but it does work very well.
Nice.
You know-
Yo, guys, I got to wrap up because I got to do a few things and I got to run some errands before the shit closes. But
All right, homie.
I'll probably be on Greg's stream like later tonight. So if anyone wants to
All right.
join
Tell
that.
B-Mac to bring his fucking belt. I'm gonna claim that.
When is that going, Ron?
It's
When are you-
I think next week.
yeah,
Alex,
it's next week. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
we've been talking about it.
February 14th. Yeah, that one's already set.
You're doing it for Valentine's Day? Damn. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's a good point.
Alex, I forgot. I don't know if you know, but the weekend that we're doing it is St. Patty's. Is that a thing in Miami, or do people not give a fuck?
It is a thing in Miami. Yeah.
It's definitely a thing. But that's good. That means we'll have more volume.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys. Have a good night, y'all.
All right,
I'll be
man.
back on tomorrow.
Later.
We're gonna do some speed dating.
We
It's
might
gonna
have
be
to
good fun.
reschedule, dude.
What?
We might have to reschedule.
No, we can't, dude. His plane ticket.
Valentine's Day, come on, man. Like all the bitches are gonna want to be like with their,
No, not at all. Dude.
Everyone
There's a
thinks
lot
so.
of
All right, man.
there's a
Like,
lot
it's
of
your
really
call.
single girls.
Everyone
Yeah.
who's single is going to be like wilding out.
Yeah.
Come on.
If anything, I think Valentine's
Maybe
Day is
you're
like
right.
easy. I think if anything, Valentine's Day is easier to get laid, not
You
harder.
think?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the single
Wow.
girls will be at the club. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
easy, no bad day.
Okay.
Looking to go back home with someone.
I'm
I'll
actually
take your word
I'm
for it.
actually like slightly annoyed that I don't even get to like go out and do pickup that night because it's like, if I knew it was Valentine's Day, I would have just done this a week after. But it is what it is. I don't really care. Maybe I can I don't know, maybe get like a few girls in between, whatever, when you guys are like not competing.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. Good night, guys. We're gonna be back
All
tomorrow.
right, later, guys.
Videos. Appreciate y'all. Have a
Easy.
good night, people.